Oh, welcome back to Wild Hunt. My name is Beast. Last time was a doozy, wasn't it? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, seriously. Jesus. But that won't change the fact that I'm still proud that I can say... Where is it? There it is. Higashimurayamake. Higashimurayamake. I said it I told someone in the comments that by the end of this fucking game I will have mastered that fucking word. If it's the fucking death of me, I will go to sleep chanting that name. So my parents think I'm trying to do some weird Japanese satanic ritual. Yes, I still live with my parents. I'm also still unemployed. I'm trying to look for employment, but if I don't get not employment, I'm trying to get an apprenticeship. And if I don't get in within the next week, I'm gonna officially go and register myself as unemployed, so I at least start getting money from one of the Versicherungen auf English. Pension insurance. That's what Google Translate says. So it's basically like, even if you're like unemployed, you still get like a bit of money built up for the pension after you officially stop working. So yeah, so it's not like, hey, you don't get any money for this year you spend looking for work. You at least get some, which isn't that much better. But anyways, stand up and realize that something fell to the ground. It's a bag that I recognize. I'm sweating like crazy. Temperature isn't hot in the train, but I can feel heat on my entire body. That's what's causing all this sweat. Slowly calm down. I've no idea why my body was so hot. The compartment even has air conditioning going, despite me being its only passenger. Wait, but where am I?
ご乗車ありがとうございます。まもなく森野です。
And it all comes to me. My name is Tobukaito. I have to live as Tobukaito in the city. That's my mission. Exit the ticket gate and find myself in the city of Morneau. I've seen the station square I'm at now countless times on TV screens. I had already memorized Morneau's layout on the map for the most part. First I follow down this road, then I walk along the seashore and finally cross the Great Tensional Bridge. Also, apparently this game is like from the same people as... Wait a second, I don't know the name. And now it's something noble from Lost Paws. I've started playing, but for some reason it just isn't uploading anymore. Like there's just nothing coming anymore. Why the fuck is Saya no Uta being recommended to me? Like, why the fuck is that being great? Why is it being recommended by something called kawaii stuff? Oh, it's because curators. I'm being recommended a curator, and that curator recommends Saya no Uta. It's kind of weird, since the creator is apparently something like kawaii something, but the song of Saya is not adorable. Yeah, there we go. Sankakurenai, Love Triangle Trouble. I think that's from similar people? Nah, it isn't. Weird, I thought it was. Oh, actually, yes, it's being published by the same people, I think. Yeah, publisher Nekonyan. That's the same people. So the publishing is the same. Ah, there we go. I'm not crazy. I'm only slightly crazy. This is also the same publisher as for... Huh? Hold on a fucking second. Oh yeah, it is the same publisher as for Sabbath of the Witch. Oh hey, the 18 plus adult only patch is free. Huh. It wasn't free for the Ditzy Demons Are in Love with Me. Huh. Fureraba. It's also from these people. Maybe I'll do that next one. That next. After I'm finished with this game. Because like, the problem is, I have like a bunch of games piled up for their, hey, I don't have an all ages version of this, so I'm only gonna upload it on Saturdays. But I'm just lacking severely in games I can record within the week. For the Raba I got a Relord 1, The Witch of Hereford Fort and Stuffed Animals, Clockwork Leyline, The Borderline of Dusk, Nekonin X Heart 2. I'm kind of hesitant for that one because I realized that the Nekonin X Heart isn't that good. Then let's see, what else do we have in here? We have none of that. All the way fucking down there or something? Our World is Ended? Princess of Angel, all ages version. Fruits of Crusade, probably not. Chrono Clock, that could go. Princess of Angel with Happiness is an all standalone game. What? You have to pay extra. Saku Saku, the love blossom blooms with the cherry blossoms. Hoshizora no Memoria, A Wish Upon a Shooting Star. A Sky Full of Stars, not Scars. Nanairo Reincarnation. Love Cube, The Witch's Diary. 9-9 Episode 1. Then the Sankaku Renai thing. The Princess, The Stray Cat, and Matters of the Heart. Which, by the way, is one of the game where, like, the first big example where people got upset about Sony censorship because there's a Switch version of it that had like one scene where a girl was like laying there and like had CG where a girl was just laying on her back waiting for like, and like I don't remember if it was a really skimpy swimsuit or if it was literally just without a top, but like light beams, and they just made the light beams way too big for the PlayStation 1. And also a Ninja Girl and the Mysterious Army of Urban Legend Monsters Hunt of the Headless Horseman. Yes, I got desperate. I even put something in with a name, with a title like that on my wish list. So yeah, like I don't know which one to do next though, so yeah. You can go ahead and write in the comments which one you want. Anyways, first, I already read that. I walked leisurely across the bridge, one of the longest in all of Japan. A massive piece of construction built for one tiny island. Want to say that, in a way, this bridge itself is a representation of Morneau's small area. Currently standing before me is Tanshido Academy, an institution that is widely known and regarded across all three regions of Japan. I will be attending the school as a student from here on out. Suddenly I get hit with a strange sense of deja vu. Can't explain why, but this city feels strangely familiar. Feels like my home almost, despite it being my very first time here.
それじゃあ足りない書類は明日持ってきてください。
Will do.
どうしました？
Say sister, have you met before somewhere?
え？ ないと思うけど。
Finish up with my transfer registration and head onward to my dorm. Right, there's gotta be another place I've been to before. Monument suddenly enters my mind from my sight from the bridge I'm on. It's from Morneau Memorial Park. Morneau's Memorial Park. The park built to honor Morneau's history and symbolize its importance as a city. I'll just close this here. Everything I see has a feel of familiarity to it. These roads are what I'll be walking daily to go to school. At least I think they will. Instead of going to the dorm, I head in the direction of that park on the hill. Why does my body know the way? How do I instinctively know how to get to the park? So strange. I arrive at Memorial Park and look at the statue standing in its center. I remember she told me about the flower garden here that existed before the park was created. Wait, who did? Walk straight through the park and instantly find the flower garden. This time of the day, the red of the setting sun creates a nice glimmer on the townscape. It's a gorgeous sight. But I can't stare at it forever. Came here for a reason. I see the scenery flash before my mind. I can see her silhouette. But I don't need to envision her. The girl that once spoke to me now stands right in front of me. Did she just fucking say Ara? Hold on. Hey! Bad jokes. She notices me and directs a warm smile my way. She washes her hands with the water in the watering can, then dries them with a towel and walks towards me. You know the reason she washed her hands? She wanted to clean off the soil of her hands so she could shake my hand.
こんにちは。あ、うっかり。はじめまして言うの忘れてました。では、最初から。5分。はじめまして、こんにちは。時間的には、こんばんはですね。
Good evening. I know the name of the girl looking at me with a smile. Higashimurayamake.
私の名前は、雪城メイって言います。よろしくお願いします。
I hold out my hand to
よ
her.
かった。手が汚れてたら握手できないと思って、手を
Even though she just washed it, May's hand still feels warm. This is her. She hasn't changed. This isn't a dream either.
あなたのお名前は
May asks for my name with that soft, innocent smile of hers. I know her. What the fuck was that? That music title? What the fuck? I know her. I know Higashimurayamake. You know what she's like. I know what her personality is. I know why she tends to this garden and what feelings are attached to it. Higashimurayamake.
はい。何でしょう
Smile gives me the impression that she's happy. I called her by name. I've seen this smile many times before. Why? Oh! By the way, what if there's one thing I love in music? It's like rock with violin. That shit is amazing. Which is, by the way, for a very long time I used to listen to something. It was actually the opening for like a show, like not anime or anything, like, wait a second. Like, I think it was like something like Darling Violetta, I think it was something. Maybe I can find it on YouTube real quick. Right, if I search here, Darling Violetta Sanctuary. was like the theme for like a show called Angel. But I didn't know that. I only knew the song and I fucking adored it. Like, apparently the series Angel continues in a graphic novel named After the Fall, which picks up where the last season ended. Like, this. I fucking adored this. I wouldn't... Like, Darling Violetta's Sanctuary, just... I don't wanna, like, make you listen to the whole song. Especially since that might be copyright. I don't know that. But yeah, that I listened to for years. Almost daily. Because I fucking adored it. Just that violin. So good. So yeah, that's why I adore songs like this one right now. Anyway. Am I daydreaming? Am I still on the monorail right now? Seems much too shockingly real for a dream, however. Is that real? No, that's not it. Was it a vision? Vision of the future? Or maybe it was just a mere dream. For a simple dream, I feel so terrified out of my mind. There's something that makes me nervous, because in reality, I don't know. I don't know why I'm here as Tobokaito. I feel a slight aching in my head. He looks at me with evident worry. No, mate, I'm alright. My head still hurts, but I put up a smile for her sake. Masked to keep her from worrying about me. I react to that and smiles as well. Seems that my smile successfully eased her worries. Right. What's important is what I do now. If what I saw in that dream actually is about to happen. All this indescribable anxiety and fear that now grips my body. It's a sensation I've never before felt. The terror I saw in that dream is... If the terror I saw in that dream is actually about to be reality. But why did I have that dream in the first place? What will that dream change? And protect the smell of this girl standing before me. To make a decision, I have to do it here and now. The decision to change the future. Tobokaito. This is step one towards that goal. Could be. Might very well be a phantom thief that came to steal the painful future that awaits you. Oh. Persona, wait, what? My name is Tobokaito. I arrived in Morneau today and to start my new life as a student of Tenshido Academy. Reality, that is a lie that I have to live with. If I truly know this girl, then she'll take my word on it. This is the beginning of my grand plan. Protect the city, this country, and my life here. What the fuck is happening now? Just the opening. I think it is wonderful that... Fuck off. Like, this game has me confused. Don't forget. Having finished playing back the broken radio transmission, the man presents the transmission data along with a report. The radio transmission comes from a place where a certain incident had occurred.
これが現地からの無線音源です。詳細は無線の通り、レポート形式にまとめてあります。
ご苦労様です。下がってください。
The man gives a stiff formal salute, then leaves the room. His boss now reads over the report. After reading the rough summary outline on the first page, he closed the report. The woman notices this and addresses him.
まずは第一段階といったところですか。
She asks him with a respectful tone.
ああ、連邦陸軍の過激派グループの思わぬ抵抗にあって被害は想定以上だったらしいが、計画。
Oops. His voice sounds hoarse and he seems somewhat tired.
満足のいく結果ではなかったというわけですか。
だろうな。やってることは大胆だがずさんすぎる。
しかし連邦側の人間と我が国の人間とを入れ替わらせるなどという前代未聞の作戦をよもや承認されるとは思っておりませんでした。
私もだよ。事実は小説よりきなりだな。
I have no idea what the fuck is going on right now. The spirited tone of her boss throws her off. Doesn't know what to say in response.
前代未聞。あまりにも前代未聞だが、よもやそれが正しい形への揺り戻しとは誰が気づいているかな。気にしなくていい。
はい。しかし入れ替わったそのものは無事に任務を果たせるでしょうか。
Oh, so there actually is a commonwealth called Tobokaito. Is that actually a thing?
それに関しては心配していない。問題ないだろ
う。根拠が終わりと？
ある。それは彼こそが、いや、今はよそう。今我々がしなければならないのは、この作戦で勇敢に戦った同胞たちに敬意を示すことだ。
さようでございます。では参りましょう。
The man leaves the report on the table and the two of them casually leave the room. Huh.
ここですね。カイトくんが探していた男子寮です。
Doesn't that mean like the boy? Like Suguri, not Suguti, Suguri. Hello, there we go. Doesn't that mean like the boy Suguri is waiting for to meet again is dead? Like officially, just killed in action. The room goes by the name Maison Tenshiro. Tenshiro was the name of a private school opened by Genpaku Sugita, an old Dutch scholar.
天津楼は学院に一番近い男子寮なので、みんなの荷物置き場として使われていると聞きます。
Oh, interesting. Thanks for the warning, I suppose.
忠告なんですか？
I don't mind, gotta set that. what I took it as, but didn't seem that May meant for it to be one.
では、私は帰りますね。また学院でお会いしましょう。
One second.
はい。何でしょうか？
I was wondering, are you free tomorrow? I have to go to the ward office and then the academy after that.
またですか？
Yeah, I was missing a few of the required documents for my transfer process yesterday. I'd really appreciate your company if you're okay with them. I'll even buy you lunch. Grace wanders randomly for a short while, and after she stops, she smiles warmly again.
明日、友達と会う約束をしているのですが、ご一緒にいかがでしょうか？
I don't mind, but is your friend okay with that?
スーちゃんなら、むしろ喜んでくれると思います。友達になってください。
Sure, I'd be glad to. Thanks for introducing us.
はい、私も楽しみです。では、明日は、私がここまで来ますね。
Oh no, I don't want you to have to do that.
いえいえ、道案内ですから、そこまでします。
If you say so. Thank you.
はい、お願いされました。
Seeing that gentle smile makes me wonder why I was so hesitant to accept her goodwill in the first place. But her benevolence does worry me somewhat. She's the kind of person who I imagine would follow a stranger anywhere if they ask for directions. Are you going home now? Here, let me walk you. It's dangerous walking alone at this hour.
いえ、この後待ち合わせがありますから大丈夫です。それに、私がせっかく送ったのですから、このままお家で旅の疲れを癒してください。
Okay, if you say so. It would seem that she really will be alright. I reckon that she had all this planned out before she made the decision to take me to the dorm.
カイトくん、ものすごく疲れているように見えます。お風呂に入ってゆっくり休んでください。
Yeah, the man's just worrying about a fucking future of pure death and carnage. Yeah, I'll make sure to do that. Can't deny that I'm dead tired right now. I don't think I've ever felt this lethargic in my life. Almost like I'm carrying heavy stones on my shoulders.
では、また明日です。おやすみなさい。
See you then. Watch May walk off until her figure, illuminated by the street lights, disappeared. The first thing I do upon entering my room is check for any explosives or wiretapping devices. Following that, I check that the gas, electricity, and other utilities are working properly, then take a seat. Whew. Simply lay down on the carpet where I stand, feeling far too drained to make my way to the bed. Higashimurayamake. Saying her name aloud, I realized that it has a peculiar ring to it. I don't know her whatsoever. I wasn't briefed on anything concerning her from our mission, nor have we ever met before. I still can't shake the feeling that I know her from somewhere. My name is Kaito. Tobu Kaito.
東部、カイト、怪盗さん？
Could be. This was my second time seeing this girl. Though it wasn't a reunion, nor was first encounter. Absolutely certain of that. If someone were to press me on that, I wouldn't exactly be able to give any specific for my uncertainty. I didn't fucking get that sentence. My memory was simply too hazy right now. I try to remember, but it's as though my memories are hidden behind a curtain. What I feel towards her is a form of deja vu. Despite having never met her before in my life, she seems familiar, and I feel relief upon seeing her. Almost like what one would feel confirming a loved one's safety after a terrible disaster. It's the only reason I can attribute to the indescribable joy I felt seeing her face when we met in the flower garden. So happy that I felt tears welling up in my eyes. The most surprising was the sense of loss. It was like seeing a prized possession gone for years, only to have it turn up in front of you once again. I really don't know why I feel such complicated emotions around Yukishiro-Mei. That was why I was so unsettled when I saw her face and heard her name for the first time. My name is Tobo Kaito. I arrived at Morneau today to start my new life as a student of Tenchido Academy.
はい。よろしくお願いします。東部カイトくん。
She accepted all of it without showing a single shred of doubt or suspicion. She fully believes in my identity, and that I myself don't even believe in. So in that case, there's only one thing for me to do. Alright, the periodic status report. Take my mobile device, equipped with cutting-edge encryption technology, out of my bag. Huh? The light on the phone is on. This is the color that indicates that I have an unread message. I open the phone and look at the screen. Ah! Subject line is empty. Only words contained in the body of the message are "Do not forget." The sender is none other than myself. I read the email address I know to be my own. I had set up this phone to be able to receive messages from it as well. I sent a message to myself? Why? Not forget? Not forget what? It's the most important bit of information, yet it was conveniently left out. That's not the only question running through my mind. When did I write this? It doesn't say. The only one who has access to this email address. Even if this is a device equipped with cutting-edge encryption technology, the users are still, at the end of the day, normal human beings. There are a million different ways for this sort of thing to happen. It's entirely possible, for example, that my email account has been compromised. Why would someone do that and then send me this message? Are they trying to rattle me up? Trying to brew distrust within myself? If we assume that, though, nobody would ever go to such lengths for what basically amounts to a silly scare prank. I guess the sender really was me. Anyone could hypothetically write a message like this, but realistically speaking, I know of no one other than maybe my father and I would ever send such a short message like this without even a subject. Go ahead and rule out my father. He kept things short and sweet, but cryptic messages like this were never his style. So in that case, it can only be me. That leads to the next question. Why? It has to be something I've forgotten, basically. But what was it? And who is that girl? Her name's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't seem to remember. God damn it, how annoying. Positive I know what it is that I've forgotten. It's her, that girl. It has to be. Yukishiro-Mei, the girl I met here for the second time. I can't even think straight. My mind is a mess right now. My head starts aching terribly. The pain is so suffocating that my brain feels on the verge of shutting down. In addition to that, I'm physically drained. I didn't walk around the city for too long today. I can hardly believe I'm worn out from just that. Might not be as in shape as I imagined. The thought makes me chuckle a bit. It makes me recall my days of basic training. I was forced to learn countless things day after day in order to overcome all the obstacles in front of me. Since they expected us to be well equipped to handle both types of threats, I was also trained mentally. Still hold a lot of confidence in my mental fortitude. My former codename Paige may contain mostly sarcasm, but for what it's worth, they did give it to me for valid reasons. I had an ironclad will, and not even the most rigorous of training exercises could break me. Or, more accurately, I simply picked myself back up after being beaten down, and was let me to earn everyone's trust. But when I first came in, I had none of that strength. I was just a crying orphan. Poor child with no home, no family, and no memories. I had no recollection of my life up to that point. My sad, desolate life changed, however, when a certain man took me in. His own codename King was, funnily enough, a major reason behind me receiving mine, Paige. I imagine he also was in large part to thank for me being accepted into the military. At that time, I simply accepted everything that was put in front of me. Everything that he wanted for me. I have no memories of my life before I met him. I've never brought up this fact to him, nor had he ever inquired about my life before meeting him. It angered me to know, and that I knew nothing of my origins. I didn't want to accept him as my guardian, but I remained apathetic towards life in my anger, and let him dictate what I did. Part of me, however, always had a slight hope that somebody would return to... someday I would return to my true home. That's why I...
悩んでいるのか
was, probably.
ま、それもよかろう。悩むのも悪くはない。
May use this.
だがな、悩んでもいいが、簡単に結論を出すな。安易な結論はお前を鈍らせる。
Back then, I couldn't quite see the meaning in his words. I could feel the conviction with which he spoke. I knew at the very least that he wanted me to understand something. For that, he outstretched that large hand of his towards me. Its size startled me so much that I distinctly remember looking at my own hands to compare.
お前は俺の息子になるといい。今、お前にとってそれが最善だろう。俺の息子になってから、今悩んでいることを一つ一つ考えていけばいい。
First thing he taught me was to always think before you act. I should always look towards the future, even if uncertainties remain in the present. Eventually all things will come to light. But I can't let myself get impatient. Take care of the things that first need taking care of. That was why I stopped brooding over my amnesia, and allowed him to become my father. I was able to walk confidently in life after becoming his son. That's something I'm truly grateful to him for. Take something for my headache and begin my periodic status report. Right now, admission is my top priority. That's what I should focus on. I have to settle into my life here in Morneau and become Tobukaito. I should probably ask about my next orders while I'm at it. The following day, wake up feeling refreshed and completely headache-free. No further orders either. It's a perfect morning. I asked HQ about that when I was giving my periodic status report last night. The response: I simply need to continue doing what I have been. Meaning go to school and be a student at Tenshido, I guess. Would I be speaking too soon if I said this mission will be smooth sailing, I wonder? There could always be something important awaiting me at the academy. In any case, I gotta remain vigilant. Suddenly I take notice of someone in my field of vision. Higashimurayamake is on the opposite side of the street, and she's walking towards me. She gives me a wave, to which I wave back. Upon seeing that, she smiles. What an easy girl to please. With small strides, she continues walking over, and bows as soon as she gets in range for me to hear her voice.
おはようございます。今日は誘っていただき、感謝です。
Morning, and thanks for coming. You're pretty early, I see. Still got 10 minutes until the time we agreed on.
カイトくんも早いです。部屋の前まで行こうと思ってました。
That's funny, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was ready to go pick you up, but forgot I don't know where you live.
早起きさんなのですね。
You seem to be as well.
はい。奇遇ですね。
Can't speak much to that, but I get to see that lovely smile of hers. If I get to see that lovely smile of hers, then all is good. Ready to get this tour going then?
はい。まずは区役所ですね。こっちです。あ、こっちというのは区役所の方ではなく、最寄りの停留所の方です。
Right. Not that I needed to clarify. And not that she needed to clarify. I knew we wouldn't be walking the whole way.
私、うまく案内できるでしょうか？
Are you nervous about it?
はい。心臓バクバクです。緊張しています。
Really? You sure don't look it. That smile just makes her look joyful.
焦っても顔に出ないタイプみたいです。スーちゃんに言われました。
Oh, did she?
では、動揺を隠して参りましょう。
She might actually be nervous. We hop on the tram and take it to the ward office, and after that it takes around an hour for me to receive the documents I request. I was a little scared of the possibility that my cover would be blown, but fortunately my worries were unnecessary. I can't lower my guard. I could have always gotten lucky this time around. I can't underestimate the government of Special District Morneau. Security here is tighter than any other place in Japan, after all. I should try to steer clear of this area as much as possible. Now, where did May run off to? She isn't near the main entrance. Wondering where she went, I look around and spot her in no time. She's standing in front of a white, compact van, having a pleasant conversation with an old lady. This lady seems to be someone she knows. After a second, the old lady gets in her van, and the two say goodbye. That's when May finally sees me.
あ、ごめんなさい。サイコおばあちゃんと偶然会ってしまいまして。
That's someone you know?
はい。人生の先輩です。いろいろ教わっています。あと、
Whoops. The fuck. Huh. Is she a refugee by any chance?
あ、はい。今日は保護プログラムの申請に来たそうです。
Oh. Just throwing a random guess out there. Never expected it to actually be true. Morneau's administrative body does a great deal to bring in and support refugees, but as far as I know, it's not easy to obtain asylum status if you aren't already officially recognized as a refugee. The current refugee crisis can all be traced back to the actions of the Commonwealth. Since the government of the Commonwealth doesn't recognize these people as refugees, it puts Morneau in a different position. Accepting these people runs the risk of angering the North. Worst of all, however, is the position taken by the South, the UPJ. All they do is sit back and watch nonchalantly as relations deteriorate between Morneau and the Commonwealth. Even after 100 years of peace, diplomatic tensions still run high between the three parts of Japan. I have to imagine that the refugees from the North are eligible for the protection program that are not eligible to the protection program that May previously mentioned. So you volunteer to help out the refugees then, May?
はい。申請通ってくれるといいのですが。
She looks off towards the direction the van took off in. I'm so genuinely worried that I can only stand there in silence.
あ、すみません。ぼーっとしてしまって。書類は受け取れたのでしょうか?
Like how she didn't talk about any of that, but he just like, is that what you do? Is that what you do? Yes, yes. Ah. Yeah, all set. Ready to head to the academy now?
はい。では、案内します。
Take the tram to the stop closest to the Great Tenchido Bridge and walk from there. As we walk, I see May look at her phone.
スーちゃん、 もう待っているみたいです。つい先ほどメールが来ました。
I think we wrapped things up pretty quickly at the ward office. Otherwise, we would have been waiting for a while. She would have been waiting for a while.
どうやら練習試合が流れたようです。
Oh, is your friend in one of the school sports teams?
元ハンドボール部の部長さんでした。今では助っ人専門だそうです。
From cab to backup? I'm feeling a little confused. Maybe I ought to just ask this Sue person directly.
スーちゃんは明るくて可愛くてみんなの人気者なんです。
Oh, okay. I remember someone once telling me during basic training that a girl's idea of cute is not what a guy's idea of cute is. I wonder if that's true.
運動もできて勉強も特に数学が得意なんです。私はあまりできません。
That's so. You're really talking this girl up, huh?
はい、ベタ褒めです。
She even proudly admits to it. That honest smile tells me she meant every word she said. Praise truly comes from the heart. Well, I sure can't wait to meet her now.
楽しみにしていてください。もうすぐ会えますから。
We enter through the school gate and now stand before the school building itself.
スーちゃんです。ここまで出てきてくれました。
So that's her. You gonna fucking cry again? She's jumping up and down, waving her hand wildly in the air. She then puts down her sports bag and uses both hands to wave. Very spirited person, I see. We go on and walk over to where she is.
スーちゃん、おはようございます。おはよう。ほんともメイったらグッドタイミングだったよ。グッドタイミング？練習試合の相手がさ、急に来られなくなったからなくなっちゃったのよ、試合。朝から出張ってたのに、もう出花くじかれちゃった。そしたらハンドボール部のみんなも練習すればいいのに解散ってことになっちゃって。午後からメイと遊ぼうって話をしてたでしょ。だからそれまで暇だなって。宿題でもやろうかと思ったけど、教科書もノートも持ってきてないし。図書館はどうですか？図書館か。どうだろう。
She doesn't seem interested in going somewhere quiet. It's exactly in line with the impression I got of her.
まあ、とにかくメイが来てくれてよかったって話よ。それは私も嬉しいです。あ、紹介しますね。
There you go. She noticed me standing awkwardly at a distance.
こちら、スーちゃんです。スーちゃんで紹介しないで。それにスーちゃんじゃわかんないでしょ。
No, I do.
わかるの？
Okay, I probably need to hear your actual name first.
それはわかるって言わないから。
She laughs gleefully and gives me a playful nudge with her elbow. We then look each other in the eyes. May was right. Girl really is cheerful and pretty cute to boot. Now that I've confirmed that my definition of cute lines up with May's, I can throw that bogus theory from my buddy in the trash. She really is such a spirited girl. All you have to do is watch the way she moves around. Quite attractive too, I have to admit. Her facial features are pretty youthful and childlike, so I think the word cute suits her better. Say that probably because she herself doesn't do anything to accentuate her beauty. Probably unaware of exactly how good looking she is too. Ah, okay, she is actually gonna cry. Okay, good to know. I was waiting on that. Must have been staring too long. She averts her eyes for a brief second. Only for a brief second, though. The next instant, her eyes are locked on me. Yes? なんで Hold on. She has not uttered the name Tobukaito. So she does not know a person called Tobukaito, but just a person that looks like he does. So yeah, that's the theory out of the way, that she knew the actual Tobukaito. Because that wouldn't make any sense. Her lips start to tremble as she stares at me. Huh? Huh? May and I exchange a glance of confusion.
なんでしょう
Beats me. Naturally I don't, but it seems that even May, her friend, doesn't know.
なんで
Huh? Huh?
なんであなたが今頃になって
Why? Wait, what? What? Her pretty round eyes are watery and the tear streams down one of them. Then the dam breaks and she starts bawling. Hey, what's going on? Tell me, why are you crying? Are you okay?
違うの
Oh, what's wrong? Are you crying? May help me. Why is Sue crying?
わかりません一体どうしてスーちゃん
I unintentionally start panicking. I've simply never seen a girl bawling this frantically in front of my eyes. Something about the situation is making me worry. But it also feels strangely familiar.
何かあったのですか私でよければすぐにでも相談に乗りますから
She takes a quick look at me and then the tears return. May then glances over in my direction.
カイトくん
Hey, it's not my fault. At least I think. I didn't do anything. Never even seen her before today.
カイトくんは何もしてないのかもしれませんけどでもスーちゃんが泣いているところ私初めて見ました
Really?
だからカイトくんに何か原因があると思うんです
Huh. But how? Look at Sue and the girl known as Saotome Suguri once more. We met somewhere before. The memory's still quite unreliable, but I still try to search for anything. No, this is definitely my first time seeing her.
久しぶり
Huh? Yeah. Relaxed as we were, it turns out that we didn't need to do anything. She just naturally stopped crying.
それじゃああなたは森野にいたの
Technically, I was just visiting at that time, though.
住んでいたことあるでしょ
No.
カイトだよね東部カイト
Huh? Soft, tearful voice completely overrides my answer. But he didn't, take his look. He only took his name. So it wouldn't make sense for her to recognize Tobu Kaito, as in the boy she knew, as him. This is just fucking confusing. Wait a second. Did I read that? Yeah, okay. Words were so pleading that I can't bring myself to say no.
カイトくん知り合いだったんですか
Not that I think.
やっぱりそうなんだカイト久しぶり
It really is me? She knew it? How do I interpret that? Isn't Tobukaito simply supposed to be a pseudonym? I didn't think this person actually exists or existed. Temi HQ gave me that name without even briefing me on all the details.
どうしたの顔色悪いよ調子悪いの髪染めてるの脱色
Okay, so she did know him. Wait, how did she recognize him then? She had not said his name before she started bawling. So why would she recognize him? This doesn't make fucking sense. Oh, I'm fine. I have to stay calm. Now isn't the time to get worked up over HQ's blunders. I have to successfully navigate my way through the situation at hand first. My task is to play the role of a student at this academy. I thought it would be smooth sailing, but it seems I'll have to reconsider that.
Kaito,
Huh?
久しぶり。元気だった？
How am I supposed to answer here? Nice to hear. I would be honest and answer that I don't know her, just because, hey, don't be an ass. Because pretending to know her, that won't result in anything nice. And what's the actual answer for the Suguri-Route? Go and hello, goodbye. Choices. Okay, you actually have to pretend that you don't know her in order to get the Suguri ending. Ha! I didn't expect that. Color me friggin' intrigued. Huh. That's weird. So now it's your question, Natsume or Suguri? You know what? First off, let's go ahead and save here. How am I supposed to answer it? Can I like add little tidbit? I apparently can't. Anyways, so... Go in... left. Okay, so heads is Suguri, tails is Natsume. Let's go ahead and go with that. We got heads. We're going with Suguri. So let's go ahead and I did save here. Yes, okay, good. That's the choice. Can I like not add little tidbits here? So let me do that. Be the proper thing to do. Do you understand me? Anyways, go ahead and be honest and answer her that I don't know her. No, I should answer honestly. I need to tell her that I don't know her. Not the long-lost friend she thinks I am. She was so happy she was moved to tears, but the person she's waiting for isn't me, it's Tobu Kaito. Seeing how genuinely glad she was to see him, it would be rude to lie to her. Carrying around a pseudonym, I can't compromise on that. Sorry, but I really don't know you. Judging by her reaction, I need to repeat it again for her to understand. I really don't know you.
嘘。私のこと覚えてないの？
No, it's not that. I never knew you in the first place. Maybe it's just another guy with the same name as me? I can only imagine how heartbreaking it must feel to be so truly happy one moment to have it all robbed away in the blink of an eye. That's why I owe her a proper explanation. I need to tell her why I don't know her. Why it isn't possible for me to do too in the first place. Have you ever lived in the Commonwealth before?
ないよ。私、森野から出たことないよ。
Right, and I've never lived in Morneau.
そうなの？
Yeah.
そっか。見間違いだったのかな。
She's meant to mask her sadness. It's not a last name you hear often, so I don't blame you.
そうね。
She in such a good mood earlier, and I had to go and ruin it.
そっか、違うんだね。私の知ってる東部カイトじゃないんだ。
I mean, I can be. That was bad. I did not, I'm sorry.
別にあなたが謝らなくていいよ。
I know, but still. Also, I'm sorry for cutting you off there.
私の方こそごめん、勘違いしてた。
No, it's really fine.
でしょ？謝らなくていいの。
Yeah, you're right. Her tears are gone and her bright, radiant smile has returned. That smile is contagious. But as I do that, I sink into thought. Wonder who this Tobukaito person could be. The kind of person would be capable of making a girl cry that hard. After running into May's friend, Satomi Suguri, I find Sister Therese and complete the rest of my registration procedures. Since I'd already gotten the necessary paperwork from the ward office, it was quick and simple.
雪代さん、少しいいかしら。はい、何でしょうか。佐々木さんの保護プログラムのことで話したいことがあるの。あ、はい、ななみおばあちゃんですね。
He looks for us just for an answer, to which Suguri smiles and says,
ミー、待ってるから。
Not in agreement.
ありがとう、スーちゃん、カイトくん。少しお話ししてきます。
Ow, my neck. That May heads to the faculty room with Sister Therese. Wait a second. Now I've been left alone with May's friend. Mood is naturally awkward after everything that unfolded earlier. Well then, Sue.
すぐり。すぐりって呼んで。
Alright.
何、トブくん？
You could just call me Kaito.
カイト。カイトね。わかった。
She makes a face almost as if she just swallowed something unpleasant, and the next moment she's smiling.
カイト、質問いいかな？
Sure, as long as I have the right to remain silent.
構わないわ。それじゃあ、質問するね。
Go ahead. She stares me straight in the eyes. Guess I feel obligated to meet.
カイト、本当に私のこと知らない？
Apparently there are questions that can put you at a loss for words. My breath gets caught in my throat. Can't even swallow.
黙秘権の行使中？
No. It's the only word I managed to get out. Keep thinking, but nothing adequate comes to mind. Possibly just answer with a simple, I don't, but I'm unsure. Unsure because of her seriousness. She mustered up every ounce of courage within her to ask this question. She must confront this heavy emotional topic for her. That's why I think I owe her an adequate, serious, and well thought out answer. An answer that comes not from my mind, but from my heart. I'll choose my words carefully and tell her. I don't know you.
そう。
May was the first person I came to know from Morneau. And next was you.
本当？
She must know that she's being annoyingly persistent about this. Her voice is much more docile now. Really. Today was my first time meeting you. And it's really the first time I've ever lived in Morneau, even though I don't have any proof I could show you. I really wish I could say I was the Tobukaito you know, but I'm not. And this would be worth mentioning that I'm missing some memories from my childhood. She's taken by surprise again. She's not the only one. I added that extra comment almost unintentionally. I had no need to tell her that.
嘘でしょ？
I'm not. I have zero memories from before my old man took me in.
お父さん？
Adoptive. I don't know my biological parents. Not if they're dead. They abandoned me or anything. didn't even want to know. Or had I ever could. Not that I ever could. I had no time for that. I was too preoccupied with my current situation. I feel the urge to speak further, but I really back in. Saying any more could put my identity in jeopardy. My entire mission hinges on that. So I'm sorry, but I don't know you.
そっか。残念。
Not that it's any consolation, but I'll get to know you for real from now on, and I won't forget you.
そうだね。そうだよね。
Just immediate screenshot.
同姓同名の人と会ったっていうのも何かの縁ね。
You said it. Its meaning was way too memorable to ever forget.
そうだね。私も忘れられそうにない。
It's the first time my girls just started crying just from seeing my face. Yeah, I know I'm not that good looking, but Jesus. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, nothing. She laughs, seeming to be genuinely happy.
それじゃあ改めてよろしくね、カイト。
Pleasure's all mine, Suguri. I shake her hand, a hand far softer and warmer than I'd imagined. So yeah, we on full-on Suguri-Route now. After Sister Therese whites, yes, whites. After Sister Therese writes my name on the board, I face the class and introduce myself. My name is Tubukata. Nice to meet you. I bow and raise my head, and see two familiar faces out there. Me and Suguri are clapping loudly, which leads to the mood in the class relaxing and everyone else joining them. Good, I think I'll have no problem fitting in.
皆さん、トーブ君が何かわからないことがあったら教えてあげてくださいね。
Class responds to a request with affirmation. She informs me of my seat, and I go sit down.
やっほー、一日ぶり。
Looks like we're in the same class, huh?
ピンと来てたよ。転入生が入ってくるって話聞いてたから。
Oh, really? Well, I know we've already met and all, but once again, nice to meet you.
よろしく。
We hold a firm handshake and what feels like a continuation of yesterday. Then one more hand joins the handshake.
俺の名は岩清水宗則。よろしくな、トーブ。
Nice to meet you too.
岩清水、なぜ今更私もよろしくされなきゃいけないのよ。
なんかこう、3人で握手とかかっこいいだろ？イカしてるだろ？
こんな人もいますが、仲良くしてやってね。
Sure thing.
仲良くしろよ。
なんで命令なのよ。そこ、うるさいから静かになさい。
Yes, ma'am. I've already gotten in trouble on my very first day. The first period ends and we now have a short break. It's a 10-minute long break. Might not be an exaggeration to say that how you spend those 10 minutes will determine whether you have or not you have a fulfilling life. Maybe I can't talk again, Jesus fucking Christ.
さあ、転入生、この休み時間の間に学院内を案内します。
And I'm now going to be shown firsthand how to spend those 10 minutes. Can we get everything in 10 minutes?
次の休み時間も使うのだと思います。
So it seems like a lot to cover in such a short time.
相変わらず行き当たりばったりだな、あいつは。
こっちよ。
How did you get there that fast? And Iwashimizu follow her, so I tag along.
ここが学院の屋上よ。あそこに見えるのはヘリポートね。
I see a do not enter sign plastered on the door to the roof terrace. Question, May. Are we not allowed up here?
いけないはずです。
見ろ、転入生。なかなかの絶景だろう。
Seems to be enjoying this quite a bit for someone who was just bad-mouthing Suguri's ways a moment ago. I never expected a place like this for our first stop. What of you? It was beautiful. breeze is nice too. There's just one.
さあ、急いで戻るわよ。
おうさ
Two of them dash off hyper as can be, leaving me quite speechless. Is this alright, May?
どうなんでしょうか。
Everyone is confused. Our next break soon arrives.
ここが学食よ。
No, why I didn't just wait until lunch break to show me.
さあ、今のうちに食券販売機の場所をチェックだ。地の利を知っておくことは兵法の基本だぞ。
His words make no sense to me.
お昼休みの時は、ここに学院の半分以上の人が集まるから、人でいっぱいになります。
That's way more than at my old school. Everyone would just go into town to buy pizza, fucking döner, or go to the nearby supermarket to buy like fries, and steak, like schnitzel, or Leberkäse, which I don't know what it would be in English. Same for schnitzel. Who cares? Oops. So that's why it's a war. Did I skip that? I didn't skip it. You have to fight to get what you want before it runs out.
気にしておいてよかったでしょう。
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know better.
よし、役に立った。
She seems elated. As it continues, it continues during the next break.
ここが昇降口ね。
Yeah, I've been here plenty of times. I have to go through here to enter the school. So you really didn't need to show me it again.
ほーら、こう言ってるよ、岩清水。
Oh, so this was your idea, Iwashimizu?
だから貴様は天主堂学院の素人だというのだ。
Okay, I am one.
来たばかりですからね。
素人は黙ってついてこい。案内する先はこっちだ。
Put on our shoes and go outside. Reckon it's about 5 minutes since we left the classroom. Hey dude, where the heck are you taking us? I'm speaking to him rather casually for someone I've only just met, but it was hard not to, considering the situation. I feel like we're just wandering around aimlessly.
こっちだ。いいからついてこい。大事なことだ。
Look over at the two girls.
なんだろう。わかりません。
Suspicions seem to be justified, but I don't dare stop Iwashimizu, our tour guide. How could I? And he's this excited. I'm a newbie here, so I should just follow him obediently. We're now a long way out from the school building. Well, we didn't pass through the gate, so we should still be within school grounds. So, what's this super important thing you have to show me?
聞いて驚け。そして喜べ。貴様らは今、至福の前だ。
Doesn't look like a city of gold. Yeah, okay. We're prepared to rejoice, alright.
よかろう。ならば教えてしんぜよう。ここが天主堂学院の女子寮だ。なぜ喜ばん。
You're an idiot.
なんだと。
帰りますか。そろそろチャイムが鳴るから。鳴りました。
Great, now we're late for class.
授業がなんだというのだ。貴様は至福の御前であるのだぞ。
Yeah, we know.
天主堂学院の女子寮だぞ。裏若き乙女たちがあられもない地帯を晒して生活しているのだぞ。
Yes, and you should stop laying bare all the idiocy lurking in that brain of yours. Got that? There's something I'm saying out of kindness for his own benefit. And after class lets out, the entire class starts shuffling and moving around chaotically. What's going on?
行くぞトーブ。金の準備はできたか。
What? Money? Are we going to the cafeteria?
そういうこと。メイン。
What? Fuck.
あ、はい。 スーちゃんのお弁当持っていきますね。お願い。さて、走るより早く歩くわよ。
That's not happening. Takes about 30 seconds of walking before Higashimurayamake and I arrive. Get the fuck out of here, Kirito! Whoa. It's packed in here.
びっくりした？
I sure am. When you Tenshudo had this many students.
学院生以外も混じってるよ。外部から来る人も利用してるから。
Oh, you're right. I see people in suits.
安いし美味しいってことで評判いいみたい。街中に学院があったら、お昼時は大変なことになってたんじゃないかな。
I also imagine there'd be a lot of security issues to go along with that.
ここまでおおらかなのは、島中にあるからかも。
Makes sense.
おいお前ら、こっちに並ばねえのか？
We're coming! Suguri, you ready?
私はお弁当あるからいいの。それよりも、ちょっと待っててね。
She goes directly to the counter instead of getting in the line to receive meal tickets.
おばちゃん、ちょっといいかな。
あら、すぐりちゃん。今日も学食？
今日転入生が来てるんだ。おまけしてあげて。あの人だから。
あの子ね。いいよ。すぐりちゃんは？
私はお弁当。それじゃあお願いします。
She walks back to us with a smug, satisfied smile on her face.
聞いてた？
Yep, thank you.
どういたしまして。それじゃあメイと一緒に席取っておくから。
Walks off, looking around the cafeteria for open seats. Hey, Yoshimizu. Is Suguri a wizard or something? The cafeteria lady agreed to her request, no questions asked.
あいつ、おばさん気がいいんだ。
But with older ladies. Well summarized. Explains little to nothing, but is very convincing.
あの調子で、次々とおばさんたちを籠絡している。
Tricks them. That's one way to put it.
シスターもあいつにメロメロだ。すごいぞ。
I think you're the unbelievable one for putting Sister Therese in the same category as older ladies.
おばさんキラーの異名は伊達じゃない。お前も気をつけろ。
Huh? Think I'm an older lady? Her glass is broken? Not even a girl, for Christ's sake.
俺か？俺は大丈夫だ。おばさんキラーの死角にいる。
So should all people of the male gender then?
ナードと軽妙なトークをしていたら、券売機前までたどり着いた。
Fail to see how any part of that conversation was intellectual, but okay.
俺のおすすめは B 定食だ。B 定食の B はビタミンの B だ。
Vitamin? Don't you mean vitamins? With a V?
ローマ字変換を知らんのか？
Yeah, I know that obviously.
B は豚の B だ。つまり豚肉料理だ。
Eh? Looks to me like meal B is supposed to be fried beef with asparagus. Asparagus. Don't you mean B for beef?
そうとも言うな。
Sometimes I feel like you just spelled out whatever without even knowing what you're saying.
というわけで、俺はカツ丼大盛りだ。
What happened to meal B?
お前に譲る。B 定食は売り切れることが多いのだ。
Ah! Broke my back again. Why the fuck is a feed of the courtyard on the screen? Huh? Anyway. Considering how annoying he usually is, it is a bit of a surprise that he can be considerate, even if it is for the most pointless of things. Like, I was just... I fucked up reading there, but I have an excuse this time. I was lost in thought because I just saw these big screens, and now that I've noticed them, it just reminds me of back at my old school. Because there would be, at certain locations, there would be like these big screens on the wall, and I would just show these plans of, hey, this, and this teacher isn't available at this time, so people that would have their classes at that period instead have either substitute teacher or just have like no class during that period. So basically, like, you just can faff about for like 45-50 minutes. And like in the morning it was fucking hell because the fucking like plan didn't like refresh until shortly before classes started. So shortly before classes started, everyone, like the whole fucking school, it felt like, would just crowd around that screen in the like the main hall area to see if they maybe can go home earlier or can just sit in the fucking computer room and play games or something. It was fucking pure chaos. I never expected I would ever remember school fondly, by the way. Like, really, Jesus Christ. I miss school. That may sound weird, but I really do. The only meal sets left are meal B. Perfect. Thanks for saving me a seat.
いえいえ。カイトくんもお茶ありがとう。
No, it was nothing. Sit down in my seat and give the two girls their tea.
それ、おばちゃんのサービス？
The extra I got was curry with chicken cutlet. 2 chicken cutlets to be exact. I already got a full meal with meal B, yet she gave me all this on top of that. A little more than extra if you ask me!
食べられる？
Sure, she was nice enough to give it all to me. Give it to me. Plus, it's just plain looks delicious.
すごいです。さすがです。
I don't understand why she's saying that. Anyway, I placed in front of each of them a cup of the Cafeteria's special made pudding. Here, they're for you.
わ、ありがとう。気が利くね。これ美味しいんだ。
It was cheap, so I figured why not. The fact that I felt so relaxed and welcomed in a new class full of complete strangers was in large part due to these two. So I wanted to express that gratitude in some way, even if it was just something simple like this. Of course, the added benefit of it being something small is they'll graciously accept it without thinking much of it.
俺のは？
You don't get one.
なんだと？俺もプリン好きだぞ。
What is this dingus going on about? We were in line together. Here, I'll give you one of the chicken cutlets.
わーい。
Suddenly not Suguri looking at me.
あなたたち、まるで昔から友達だったみたいね。
Please apologize. I disagree.
ないな。
Though I will admit that I found him to be the type of person I'd easily be able to get along with. Now get the fuck out of here, Kirito! I don't want to see your ugly fucking mug here! Get out! I want you! Be in anywhere within my field of vision. If I don't play Fatal Bullet. Anyways, and not only him, but with the two looking at me in puzzlement right now. Suguri and May.
そうかな。私もカイトくんの馴染み方は早いなと思います。
That's because all of you guys were so welcoming to me.
俺の器は確かにでかいな。天下をすっぽり収めるでかい袋だ。
They had a competition for biggest bird brain. You should take gold prize. Anyway, let's eat.
そうね、食べましょう。
Bon appetit!
お、いただき。
はい、いただきます。いただきます。
Afternoon classes are now over with, meaning school is out for the day. However, I have made one very grave mistake.
転入生、お前の肩ならセンターを任せられる。野球部に来い。
Huh? I'll think about it.
違うね。 お前は俺のライバルになる男だ。さあ来いよ陸上部に勝負しようぜ。
I don't know about that.
それはどうでしょう。彼には知性が感じられます。線の線を読む力が必要な剣の道こそ彼の道ですよ。
As soon as the bell rang, students from various other classes flooded into the room. Some are even from different grade levels. They all seem to have one thing in common. They're affiliated with one of the school's sports teams. But why are they here? Why so many? And that would be because I did a little too well in PE class. The kind of physical training I've undergone in the army make my body fundamentally different from those of people who only do basic exercises for an hour a day during PE class. Also the fact that UPJ's basic training camp has some of the most rigorous standards in the world when it comes to physical training. So being a graduate of said basic training camp, I have to underperform during PE classes. Otherwise I'll stick out like a sore thumb.
貴様のその動き、古い柔術に通じるものがあると見た。どうだ、我が柔道部に来てその力を生かしてみないか。
As you can so plainly see, they're all desperate to recruit me. Yeah, this is bad. I got so comfortable because of how welcoming everyone was. Completely let my guard slip.
すみません。転入生ちょっと困っているようなので、部活の方で待っててくれますか？後で必ず行かせますので。
I was a bit unsure of how to best deal with the situation, but Suguri comes in to my rescue. Maybe she has more influence over them, being someone with connections to most of the sports teams. But anyway, hell, I'm safe for now. I'll have to thank her later.
人気者だな、転入生。
Shut it, I never asked to be popular.
あのハンドボール投げを見たら、そりゃどこも欲しがるだろう。ランニング中に陸上部を半周遅れにしたからな。化け物じみた体力だ。
I knew I should have underperformed more. But it is hard to. And something like that was considered average back in basic training. The levels of physical ability you'll find in the levels of physical ability you'll find in a regular school just don't compare. I just happen to be good informed today.
うちの同好会に入ってもらおうと思ってたが、誘うのは遠慮しておこう。運動部の連中に恨まれたくないからな。
After saying that, he leaves the classroom. Fan club, he said. Wonder what they do. And even a second later, Suguri comes back to take his place.
勝手に話つけちゃったのまずかった？
Oh no, thank you. You saved my behind.
よかった。それでどうする？
Good question. Gladly declining would be my best option for sure.
部活やるんなら、まずは男子ハンドボール部に行ってね。
Why's that?
連れてきたら部長が職権くれるって言うからさ、熱烈歓迎だね。
So it's purely self-serving, eh? Thanks.
それは本気9割冗談1割として、どうするの部活。カイトならレギュラー取れるってみんな言ってるよ。
90% serious, she says. Well, I'll let her believe that. Well, I kinda came here to study, so I don't want to get super invested in extracurriculars. Did I say extracurriculars correctly this time? My objective is to live the life of an average student. Becoming a starter on a sports team would draw too much attention towards me. Way too much attention. The risk of my cover being blown would drastically increase.
でもガリ勉するために来たわけじゃないんでしょ？
Well, sure, I guess.
部活やってると仲間もできやすいよ。勉強と両立させればいいじゃない。
He's not wrong. Extracurriculars here are probably akin to what leisure activities were in basic training. Doing those allowed me to form lasting bonds with my fellow recruits. I have an opportunity to do the same here at Tenshido.
お、その顔は少しやる気になってきたな。
Good observation. I'm at least considering checking them out.
よし、それじゃまずは男子ハンドボール部ね。
You're still after those meal tickets?
それ以外に何があるというの？
Then I'm not joining.
もらったら半分あげるからいいじゃない。
No bribery! I'm more interested in checking out the bigger teams. If I do any, I want to be in one with a lot of members. Can't be one of those best players on the team. The more members there are, the less likely I am to have to play in official matches. That's the way I see it. Of course, they might always ask me to, but I plan to decline to the extent that I can.
そういう条件なら野球部かサッカー部かな。
Nice, then let's go check them out.
オッケー、早速行きましょう。
Why'd you change that, dude? Do you not want meal tickets? That was a weird yawn, by the way.
こだわってるわけじゃないから。
Suguri always struck me as not a very fuzzy person. That seems to be the case. Wait, where's May?
シスターに呼ばれてたよ。ボランティアじゃないかな。
Is there a club that does volunteer work here?
ないわよ。でもやってる人は何人かいるわね。女子寮生に多かったかな。
Interesting. I think it's related to the fact that the academy used to be a
わ
church.
かんない。でもメイは関係ないわよ。教会の神父さんとメイのお父さんが友達だったかな。確かそんな関係だったはず。
Ah, so it wasn't by the school's suggestion or anything like that.
そうか、野球部に入ってくれるのか。
A very overzealous guy who seems to be a bit self-confident too comes up to me. Could I possibly just join for now as something like a temporary member?
うちは体験とはいえ中途半端は許さない。まずは1年間の体験入部だ。
It doesn't feel very temporary to me.
がむしゃらに発球を追いかける日々を送ってみないか。見たいだろ。
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the kind of life I want to live. It's just simply too much of a hassle. I also have my responsibilities as a spy to deal with.
がむしゃらに都合がいいとか悪いとか関係あるわけがない。さあ、共に全国を狙おう。
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for the offer, though. Turned out impossible for me to shoo him away on my own, so I called upon Suguri for assistance.
熱烈な勧誘だったわね。
Yeah, tell me about it. They must have a crazy powerful team.
野球部弱いわよ。森の最弱の野球部。去年2回戦突破したのが快挙だったんだから。
Wow, really? That dude said he was shooting for best in Japan.
みんなそう言うのよ。うちの部だって言うわよ、弱いのに。
Okay, so it's just a passion.
だから、カイトならすぐにレギュラー取れるって言ったでしょ。
Yeah, about that.
何？都合悪いの？
They're basically pinning their hopes on me, right?
みんな逸材だって飛びついてきてるわね。
My parents let me come here and live on my own in the condition that I focus on my studies. I want to get to focus on extracurriculars and have my grades slip. Further instructors will come from HQ eventually, and I want to be able to act on a moment's notice. Hence, I need to avoid any sort of extracurricular that is big on participation.
あ、なるほど。なら断っちゃえば？
Huh? Can I?
別に強制じゃないんだから。帰宅部でいいんじゃない？
Right. I remember hearing that term before. It refers to those students who go directly home after school is out and watch afternoon anime reruns or whatever else they want to do. Seems to carry an implication of laziness too. Maybe that's just prejudice on my part.
私も帰宅部だよ。
Really? Wait, aren't you on the handball team?
元ハンドボール部。
Alright, I think I remember May mentioning something about that. But then why are you and the members must be on pretty good terms with the team? The cap of the boys is willing to give her free meal tickets. I know she used to be the captain of the girls' team. May told me about that.
家の仕事のお手伝いがあるから部活を本格的にはできないからやめちゃった。部長だったのは昔の話。
Man, that sucks.
違うよ。勘違いしないで。 家の手伝いをしないといけないほど家計逼迫してるわけじゃないから。
Oh no, I wasn't thinking that. Truthfully, I was. I considered the possibility that her family had her work to pay for her school tuition.
家の仕事を手伝ってたらさ、もっとやってみたくなったの。
What does your family do, by the way?
貿易会社。
Trade firm. Delivery companies within Morneau that are allowed to send mail to the Commonwealth and the UPJ. Though they technically do the same thing as the shipping companies found in the Commonwealth and the UPJ, since they are both regarded as foreign countries, they must be established as trade firms instead. Due to how long the approval process takes, there are relatively few trade firms to be found in Morneau. Huh. That's interesting.
貿易って言っても日本国内だけだよ。海外とのやり取りはないから。
I thought so. In terms of relative area, the district Morneau is even smaller than the capitals of both the UPJ and the Commonwealth. So logically, trading with other regions is vital to the economy here. A company that would be on the scale of a transport company in the UPJ or the Commonwealth would look like an import-export company here in Morneau, at least in theory.
お小遣いも多めにもらえるし。
Well, darn, you're already living the adult life.
ありがとう。
Said it half jokingly, but I honestly am impressed. Surely she wouldn't quit her team just for a little bit of money. Must really want to help her parents out, otherwise I really can't see her doing it. But you didn't want to quit the handball team, did you?
続けてるよ。
Huh? I thought you said you did.
正式な部員じゃないから公式の試合には出られないだけ。
Is that what you want?
私が好きなのは体を動かすことだから練習に参加させてもらってる。
Oh, okay.
部員でもないのに練習に参加させてくれるなんていい人たちでしょ。
I think you're the nice one. They want you to practice with them because they know you're serious. I honestly think they'd let you back on the team if you wanted. What's wrong? Can't get your tongue?
メイにも同じこと言われた。何？メイから先に聞いてた？
Yeah, she said you used to be on the team.
そうじゃなくて、いつでも復帰できるとか。
No, she didn't. I just kinda came to the conclusion hearing what you said. Huh? What is it?
なんでもない。変なやつだな、カイトは。
Huh? What way?
どこっていうか、岩清水クラス？
I'm that bad? Sheesh, what did I do?
変なのも悪くないよ。
I feel like you're the weird one here. You're just plain quirky. Both with how you go about things and how you talk.
お前もな。
You can't deny it. The reason for existing here are, as who I am, are rather eccentric in nature. Yeah, I'm not like everyone else. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it quits.
何を？
Looking for a club. Going home club is a club for me.
そうなの？せっかくの運動能力もったいなくない？
Could understand that if I came here on a sports scholarship, but I didn't. My first priority is academics, plain and simple. And to do is pretty elite in that regard too. I'm worried whether or not I'll be able to keep up.
なるほど。確かに他の学院に比べたら授業のレベルは高いかもしれないわね。
Alright, guess I better go and tell everyone that's waiting on an answer for me. Remember, I promised them I'd come.
言ったけど、
Whoops,
そう
fuck.
なってもいいよ。私から言ってもいいし。
Well, you promised them me in particular, so let's go together.
やっぱり変なやつだ。
You're still saying that? We go around all the teams and decline their offers. By the time we get finished, it's already evening. Convenient enough, that's also when May gets finished with her business and we meet up.
では、カイト君はどこにも入らなかったのですね。
Yep, I chose the going home club life.
私も帰宅部です。一緒ですね。
I didn't choose the going home club life. The going home club life chose me. Anyways,
ここにいるみんなは帰宅部仲間ね。
make it sound like we're a band of couch potatoes or something. How about we waste our time buying snacks somewhere and eat them on the way home?
それよくやってるよ。
そうですね。でも、森野を知るには一番いい方法だと思います。
Oh, really?
メイは合衆国出身だからね。その点では先輩よ。言うこと聞くといいわ。
Oh, okay.
森野の町は、私が合衆国で暮らしていたところと少し趣が違うんです。カイト君が暮らしていた連邦との違いもきっと感じ取れると思います。
So it's important to familiarize yourself with the town you live in?
はい。
So it's important for my mission, which is the real reason for me being here. Guess not joining anything was the correct choice after all.
そうだ。今度カイトにお店を紹介するよ。
What kind of place?
食べって無駄な時間を過ごせる場所よ。ケーキが美味しいんだ。
By the way, I can't fucking remember the name for the life of me. Like, it's such a, like, Higashimurayamake. There we go. Like, saying isn't a problem. Just remembering it now is a problem. Like stuff like Cafeteria, I can probably remember. Takanashi, can probably remember. Kuzumochi, probably can remember. But Higashimurayamake, yeah, no. I can't remember that. Anyways.
わかりました。あそこですね。
そこそこ。
私、今日はちょっとこの後は用事があるのです。残念ですが、お二人で行ってきてください。
私も今日は無理。せっかくだから3人揃った日でいいんじゃないかな。
ですね。
Can I at least know what kind of place it is? I'm down to go another time though.
行ってのお楽しみでどうかな。
I guess, as long as it's not some shady place.
まさか、楽しみにしててね。
I can only inevitably nod when faced with that smile. It's worth noting that she seems to be much more excited for this than I am. My eyes are starting to tear up from all the yawning. Hold on a second. First off, my ear is itchy again. The inside of my ear, I mean. Yeah. Next is, Yep. 1 week has passed since I started attending Tenshido Academy. Pretty much used to my life here at this point. I'm not surprised at how well I settled into this new environment, especially considering how starkly different it is to my old one. The dormitory and the shopping district now feel like places I've frequented my whole life. Morneau almost feels like an old home to me in that sense. Put on my indoor shoes, then spot Suguri walking over to me. Morning, Suguri.
おはよう。ねえ聞いた？すぐそこで聞いたんだけど。
Wait, so that's how she knew? Like, are you a spy? Like, hey, like she probably knew the original Tobukaito as well because apparently he was a cadet at like a camp in the Commonwealth. That's how Natsume knew. That just kind of came to me. Face is all smiles, so it can't be anything negative. Nope, what is it?
転入生が来るんだって。
I'm already here though.
カイトじゃなくて、またもう一人、同じ連邦から。
Huh, that's interesting.
2週続けてだよ。珍しいよね。何か聞いてない？
Isn't it just that Tenshido accepts a large number of transfer students? This academy is well known and respected across all 3 regions of the Japanese island. They take in transfer students from the UPJ and the Commonwealth, which in turn makes it relatively easy for a spy such as myself to weasel my way in.
留学生はね、メイだってそうでしょ?
Alright, she is. I guess it's not too unusual for us to get another one. Get another one? Like, that's a question, not a sentence.
この時期に転入ってのが珍しいのよ。カイトの時だって珍しかったんだから。
Oh, okay.
連邦からって聞いたから、もしかしたら知り合いかもよ。
I doubt it. The Commonwealth is big, a lot bigger than Morneau.
そっか、どんな人だろうね。あ、女の子だってさ。
The transfer student is coming, and directly after me on top of that. The mission is to live in as inconspicuous a life as possible, but drawing attention is obviously not a good thing. Maybe I ought to be rejoicing that another transfer student is coming. It means I might no longer be the center of attention.
クラス同じだといいね。
Can't see that happening.
皆の衆、よく聞け。次なる転入生は女だ、美女だ、美少女だ。俺の嫁だ。
おお、やっぱり同じクラスだったか。
Iwashimizu sets down the desk he brought with him from somewhere. There doesn't seem to be a false alarm. Well, aside from the future bride part, everyone can tell that's just his personal fantasy. Suguri and some of the other nicer girls in the class just completely ignore him. After that, the class starts to gradually grow more restless. Among those are Suguri and Mei. Yoshimizu too is still hooting and hollering. Our eyes meet for a brief moment, and he walks over to me.
トブ、第2の転入生に話題をさらわれたね。
I never wanted to be.
またご謙遜を。
Modest? Do you even know what you're talking about?
まあ、美女を前にしたらお前はかすむな。
Yeah, I want that.
いい転入生が来たことで、お前は悪い転入生となったわけだが、感想は？
Really? Do you have to call me that?
お前は全く見目麗しくないからな。
That's weird. Hearing that from you kind of pisses me off.
話は変わるが、転入生のこと何か聞いてなかったか？
Suguri told me she was coming this morning, that's it.
それは俺が教えたからな。そうか、聞いてないか。
Just that she's from the north.
そうか。なんだって同じクラスなんだろうな。
Yeah, who knows? My friends with students from the Commonwealth rare or something. It doesn't seem unusual for other reasons. It does seem unusual for other reasons. Wait, what? What the fuck does it say? It does seem unusual for other reasons. Okay, I don't know why I just couldn't read that. I arrived a week ago and settled in fairly quickly, so it's probably no wonder that I can feel the bewilderment of the class as on a whole. Special District Morneau receives a large amount of transfer students though, so I honestly thought it'd be normal to them. Honestly, considering that, maybe I was lucky that they accepted me so readily. I then noticed students rushing into the classroom, which means that Sister Therese is coming. Everyone shuffles towards their seats.
あら、静かね。珍しいわ。
All of our eyes are on the girl following Sister Therese, the one responsible for the unusual state of the class.
美人?
Suguri, in the seat next to me, mutters that in complete awe. Even girls find her stunning, it seems. The guys, for their part, keep silent and watch with bated breaths. Suppose you could also put me in there with them.
転入生を紹介します。
She writes the girl's name on the blackboard. Rindo Natsume. Is this deja vu? Supposedly deja vu often occurs when you're tired. So, am I tired right now? I've never considered it, but maybe switching environments really did put more stress on me than I thought.
林道夏目です。日本連邦から来ました。 皆さんよろしく。
The new girl, within the Natsume, bows deep and forcefully, with no regards to what it might do to her silky hair. After lifting her face back up, I see that her cheeks are dyed crimson. She's completely and utterly overwhelmed. She quickly fixes her disheveled hair and continues her introduction.
私は日本連邦から、これ言った。連邦政府のではなくて、それは違うから。こちらの天主堂学院の学院生になれたことを誇りに思います。
She almost disclosed the fact that she's from the fucking military. Jesus Christ! Like there's bad and then there's that.
終わり？いえ、じゃなくて、はい、自己紹介終わりました、教官。
Instructor.
教官ではなくシスターと呼んでください。先生でもいいですよ。はい。ではシスター、この度は不肖林道夏目を受け入れていただき、誠に感謝する次第であります。林道さん、ストップ。それ以上は感謝の意はいいですから。すみません。以後気をつけます。謝らなくていいですよ。皆さん、仲良くしてあげてください。
はい、仲良くします。
Iwashimizu sends the entire class to an uproar with that. Applause resounds and the class takes on a festive atmosphere.
ありがとうございます。
Movements are a bit stiff and shaky, but she gives a warm smile and bows once more. I think she'll have no trouble fitting in here.
林道さんにわからないことがあったら教えてあげてください。
はい、俺も教えてほしいことがあります。
Dude, do your ears work?
林道夏目さん、よろしいでしょうか。不肖岩清水宗則が質問いたします。
はい、どうぞ。
Brazenness is obviously frightening her.
彼氏はおりますでしょうか。
いません。
俺立候補いたします。
募集はいたしておりません。
なんだって、そんなバカな。
Ooh, shut down!
大バカなのはあなたよ。転入生をいきなり困らせてどうするのよ。
Her response only throws the class into even more of an uproar. It's a happy, jovial mood with people smiling and laughing. The new girl's embarrassment doesn't even register anymore. This class is honestly full of such good people. Fervor slowly subsides and Sister Therese reins in our attention again. Following that, the new girl takes her seat. It was the desk Iwashimizu brought in earlier. Of course, he makes a point to brag and boast about this to everyone. The new girl is still visibly nervous. Guys, however, that only stimulates their excitement further.
うおー、いい転入生だ。こいつはいい転入生だ。
You're so unwanted. Something about this situation feels familiar. After homeroom comes a break period for the first class, and the second break starts, around half of the entire class flocks to the new girl.
私は雪代メイと言います。林道さん、よろしくお願いします。
よろしく。私は早乙女すぐり。困ったことがあったら言ってね。特にここの男子たちのことで困ったらすぐに言って。はい。よろしくお願いします。
She then shoots repeated brief glances towards Iwashimizu. Upon him noticing that, he strikes some model poses, acting like he's hot stuff. He's not.
ほら岩清水、また困らせて。
言いがかりだ。
I think both of them have a point. It's looking bad for Yoshimizu's case, though, mainly because the new girl is visibly uncomfortable. For the rest of the class, it's a spectacle. They laugh and giggle. And that laughter seems contagious. The new girl joins in, albeit still fairly nervous. I think she'll be just fine.
そうそう、林道さんが来る1週間前に転入してきた人がいるんだよ。そうなのか？
Suguri beckons me over, so I come. Guess this is a good opportunity to introduce myself to the new girl. Hi, I'm Tomokaito. She says nothing, but she's very visibly alarmed. Following that, she peers at me intently. Yes? Her eyes are fixated on me as she glares. The others take notice of the change in her mood and quiet down.
どうしたの?
Nice to meet you. Extend my hand, to which she immediately returns my handshake.
よろしく.
But the tone of her voice is anything but cordial. Finally, our teacher for first period walks in and I'm freed from her reproachful gaze. But only for so long. Oh boy. This again. I felt her gaze on me ever since class started. Thinking it may just be my imagination, I turn around and see that it wasn't. She really is staring at me. Even during this break period, it continues. Since she's such a looker, many people try to come up and talk to her, coming up and talking to her. But still, she removes her eyes from me for a second. Even wait, I fucked up everything. Since she's such a looker, many people try coming up and talking to her. But still, she removes her eyes from me. Not even for a second, I feel it should say. She even follows me when I get up to go somewhere. I don't know why. Then guys and girls split up during PE, so... But the guys and girls split up during PE, so fortunately I'm granted a bit of a respite during them then. What does this mean?
ねえねえカイト、リンドウさんにずっと見られているよ。
Even though we're in the middle of class, Suguri leans over and whispers to me. I know!
向こうはカイトのこと知っているんじゃないかな。カイトは知らないの?
I don't!
ひょっとして、私と同じかな。
What do you mean?
同姓同名。
Ah, could be. That possibly hadn't already run through my mind even before... That possibility, I feel I should say. That possibility had already run through my mind even before Suguri mentioned it. There was a noticeable change in her eyes once I told her my name was Tomokaito. She paid me no attention before that, I know that. That's true, maybe Tomokaito did something to make her glare at me like that.
したの?
No, I don't mean me.
私連邦にいる頃のカイト知らないからな。
You think I did something to her? I told you I don't even know her.
ごめんごめん。でもさ、だったら話してみたら？私の時みたいに勘違いしてるかもよ。それに当人は知らなくても、向こうはカイトのことを知ってるかもしれないし。
That's true. I guess I'll talk to her.
あ、やば。
The teacher seems to have noticed our whispering because they're looking straight at us. Suguri instantly picks up her pencil and starts copying. She's right though. I should try talking to this new girl and seeing what's up. I don't want her staring at me anymore for obvious reasons. That would draw unnecessary attention to me. Classes go and school is finally out for the day. Yoshimizu's favorite transfer student is observing me. Catch on to that and get up to head out to the hallway. I leave the classroom and so does she. Walking around for some time, I stop and look behind me. Confirming that she's following me and that nobody from our class is in the vicinity, I walk up towards her. So yeah, why are you staring at me? Stop within a few feet of her and ask that question. Her eyes wander around restlessly, almost like she's meaning to pretend like I was talking to someone, not her. Rindo, can I ask you why you've been staring at me? I purposefully avoided confronting her in the classroom because I knew that would cause a scene.
私?
I nod.
見てない。
What? I never imagined that she'd attempt to deny something so obviously true.
見てないですから。失礼します。
New girl turns around and speedily walks off. I remain there, standing stock still. What the heck was that? Not here. Head back to the classroom only to find that she's already gone. But in her stead comes someone else.
どうだった？
Suri is walking towards me.
どうしたのですか？
May is with her. Suri was the one who initially told me to talk to the new girl, so I guess now she's curious to know what happened. May seems to be in the dark, however. She was likely just chatting with Suguri when they came here and saw me. Got nothing. Zilch.
どういうこと？
何のことでしょう？
So I asked Rinda-san if she knows me, yeah?
はは。
May seems to know herself about the whole Rindo staring at me thing.
でも、聞けなかったってどういうこと？
But I asked her why she's staring at me, but she straight up denied that she was doing that she was even doing that. So I got nothing out of her.
見てない。
見てないのですか？
Like, everybody knows she was, so why would she deny it? Really makes you think.
それは厄介ね。
カイト君はリンドウさんのことは
Nope, I really don't. Maybe we met briefly somewhere, but who knows?
あの様子はきっと知ってるんじゃないかな。
That damn Tobukaito bastard.
こらこら、君もカイトでしょう。
カイト君ですね。
Yeah, fair point. Maybe I'll just try asking her again tomorrow. Suguri and May and I are at the school building's entrance, getting ready to head for home. I opened my locker to take out my shoes, but I found an envelope stuffed inside. Quickly and covertly read it, making sure the girls don't notice. The letter inside contains only 11 words on it, all written very neatly. I will be waiting for Tobukaito on the roof terrace. It contains no name or anything. Who in the world would write and send a letter with such a short message? I don't know why, but a certain girl's image flashes in my mind. Feels to me like she'd be the only one capable. Expecting me, should I say, Tobukaito.
どうしたの？
I forgot something, so I'm gonna go grab it real quick. Would you guys mind waiting for me outside?
メイ、いいよね。
はい。スーちゃんとおしゃべりして待ってます。
Thanks. I hurry off towards the roof terrace. I still remember when Suguri first showed me this place. The do not enter sign I spotted out last time is still there, but two people will disregard that and enter today. One of them being me, of course. The other, her.
バカ。
Standing before me is none other than Rindo Natsume. Fancy seeing you here, huh? She glares at me in the same exact way she did earlier in the classroom. Emotionlessly and wordlessly, she stares at me. So, what did you want?
用があるのはお前じゃないのか。頭部カイト。
Yeah. I know why you think that. Must be referring to earlier when I lured her into the hallway and confronted her. So yeah, why are you staring at me?
それはお前の胸に聞いてみることだな。頭部カイト。
So it's confirmed. She knows Tobukaito. She's familiar with the other man carrying this name.
何が目的だ。
Man goal? What?
とぼけるな。お前が天主堂学院に来た理由だ。
Why you ask?
そうだ。答えろ。
I don't know what goal or what reason Tobukaito has that are known to her, but when it comes to my goal and reasons, it's clear. To graduate?
え？
Well, like I said, I'm trying to graduate.
Huh?
That's kind of why most people go to school. Her face goes from perplexity one moment to rage the next. Then this is just her being embarrassed. This isn't just her being embarrassed, she's legitimately furious.
ふざけるな。
He doesn't like my answer, apparently. Okay, but I just honestly want to graduate, I mean it!
そうやって一般人のふりをするのか。
Civilian. Hearing that word from her is a surprise. But I don't let that feeling surface to my outward expressions. I like to believe I'm managing a half-decent poker face right now.
お前が一般人ならば、私の監視に気づくわけがないだろう。
What? Did you say spying on me? My poker face worked, it seems. That was supposed to be spying? You weren't fooling anyone with that!
やはりか。
What point exactly?
とぼけるのも大概にしろ。お前が連邦の軍人ということは分かっているのだ。
What?
あ、しまった。
Oh, that sure gives it away.
今の聞いた。
Yeah. It appears that her poker face is capable of crumbling easily. Are you with the military, Rindo?
そんなわけないだろ。私はただの学院生だ。学院生だ。軍人じゃないぞ。
She can glare at me all she wants, but with how flustered she is, I'll feel no fear from it. True. It wouldn't make sense for someone in the military to be at the school.
そうだ。いるわけがない。
You said it! Our dry laughter drifts around the air before being carried far away by the sea breeze. For some reason, I feel like I've had this conversation before. It could always be just a result of the exhaustion and stress from being in a new environment. Lindo, I have a little proposal for you. I'm entirely convinced. There's no doubt in my mind that she's a member of the Commonwealth military sent here to monitor me, Hokaito. My intuition tells me so. Even without proof, I know this deep down. The proposal of Rindo is as follows. We've both been placed in a position where we must live as ordinary students. Regardless of whether she's a soldier, spy, or whatever, the amount of attention she's drawing from the class will be problematic to her mission. Inform her that settling into the class will solve this. Thus, I propose that I introduce her to Mei and Suguri to speed up that process. So, what do you say? Pretty good for you?
どうしてそれが私にとっていいんだ。
It'll make it easier for you to monitor me and whatnot. Are you up for it?
お前を監視した覚えはないぞ。
Guess she's going to die on that hill. Yeah, I had to say it, but you weren't fooling anyone.
それはお前も同じ軍人だから。
No, not really. The way you did things was way too blatant. Technique was just fundamentally flawed.
なんだと。
You have to camouflage yourself, blend in with your surroundings. You know, if you don't, not only will your target catch on, but basically everyone in the vicinity.
そうか。反省。
Man, what an earnest girl. So that means when Suguri and Mei are present... Oh, speak of the devil. Mei and Suguri are in the hallway, coming towards us.
カイト、遅いよ。教室に迎えに行くところだったよ。
リンドウさんと一緒だったんですね。
Yeah, I met her in the classroom and she wanted to talk.
相談ですか？どの？
Oops. Love May's curiosity. She's bringing the conversation in the right direction. She was wondering how to make friends with everyone in the class, and so she came to me for advice since I'm from the north like she is. Flying off my ass! So well that I can hardly believe it myself. I look towards Rindo, trying to give her a non-verbal cue.
なるほど。そういうことですか。
My cue goes unnoticed and she panics. Seeing that, I heave a sigh. That's why I was wanting to introduce her to you two. I knew how much you did to help me, so I figured you could help her too.
私は何もしてません。カイトくんだからだと思います。
Appreciate it, but I still feel like I'm indebted to you too.
そっか。リンドウさんがカイトのことをじっと見つめてること多いなと思ってたけど、 そういうことだったのか。バレてる。
She looks over to me almost with tears in her eyes. Man, so she really did think she was fooling everyone with those half-assed spying techniques. Well, now you know. Thanks in advance.
わかったわ。リンドウさん、よろしくね。
そういうことでしたら、喜んで協力します。なっちゃんでいいですか？
なっちゃん？
はい、なっちゃんです。
Rendo looks to Suguri for help.
こういう子なのよ。私も命にかかればスーちゃんだから。
Oh, I have an idea.
なるほどって。本当に納得してるのか？
Think I'll call you Natchan too.
呼ぶな。お前は呼ぶな。夏目でいい。それじゃあ夏目で。私は東部カイトに行っただけで。私はすぐりって呼んで。はい。すぐり。よろしく、夏目。
She first shakes Suguri's hand, then May's. I only thought of it on a whim, but it really turned out to be a good idea to introduce her to these two. Thanks, you two. Natsume can do some strange things every now and then, but just ignore her.
変な行動？
わかりました。
わかられた。まあまあ、カイトが口が悪いだけだから、夏目も多めに見てよ。なるほど、わかった。
Right. After that, we leave for the day. Walking home with Mei, Suguri, and Natsume. Partway, Mei and Natsume leave us, and we say goodbye. Now alone with Suguri.
ねえ、カイト。夏目のことだけどさ。
See a hint of gloom in her smile.
カイトのこと知ってたのかな？
Oh, how to answer that?
答えにくいならいいよ。
No, it's okay. She didn't know me. She was just interested in me because I was from the north like her.
そっか。
She's trying to pretend it hasn't affected her, but I can see through her all too easily. Such a shame.
何が？
She didn't know you're Tobu Kaito.
残念ってわけじゃないかな。
No?
わかんない。
Probably inched too close to her in her heart. It's probably inched too close to her in her heart. Feelings that she was trying to hide away. Well, not that I have to mention it, but please keep looking out for me and Natsume. We're both still pretty clueless about this place being from the north and all.
よろしくされました。どしどし頼って。
Gives me a pretend salute, so I return one.
カイトって敬礼ポーズが様になってるね。
Think so? I quickly put my arm down, all the while lamenting how powerful the force of habit is. Like she just shakily salutes, like he's suddenly fucking up, completely upright, legs to like in a perfect salute. Like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Force of habit. Why is it a force of habit? Forget how I said. No, why is it for? I didn't say anything. That day forward, the new girl stared at me no longer. I noticed her glance at me occasionally, but her attention seemed to be more focused on Suguri and Mei, who were happily chatting away with her. Natsume has probably realized herself how key it is to become a part of the class. A little earlier, I secretly invited her out to the roof terrace, which brings us to the present.
なんだ？
Seems like you're feeling more comfortable in the class now. I'm glad for you.
その件に関しては感謝している。ありがとう、東部カイト。
So earnest.
何がだ？
Nothing. So regarding what you talked about up here yesterday, are you fine with keeping that a secret?
屋上での件。屋上での件。
Took her a while to realize. You already forgot about it?
覚えているぞ。
Seems to be a yes.
そうだな。お互いに軍事。
Stop! Don't say it! She puts a hand on her mouth. Is she really that oblivious to the fact that she has to keep her identity a secret? Careful, we don't know who could be listening.
すまん。恩に切る。
Oh good. So yeah, let's be careful about that.
そうだな。頭部カイト、ありがとう。場当たり的な行動に肝を冷やしたが、結果的には助かった。
Me? Abrupt? Someone should put a mirror in front of her.
お前がいてくれて助かった。礼を言う。ありがとう。
Didn't she go a little overboard with the thanks? Is she just going to do this all day or what? Imagine I'm going to be hearing a lot of thanks from her in the future. All good, all good. We're friends and that's what friends are for. For my hand and she shakes it.
これからもよろしく。
Wait a sec, let me see. Like that is still prologue and that's like chapter 1, 2. It's okay. Just needed to check something. I think I can afford to be more relaxed around her now. School.
頭部くん、ちょっといいかしら。
We need to stop playing around with this fucking bottle opener. I don't want to. Anyways. Sure, what do you need?
職員室に来てくれる？
After our final homeroom gets out, Sister Therese summons me to the faculty room. Okay. Wants to talk to me about how classes we're going. Mentions that attention to those academic standards are higher than my previous school. I was wondering if I'm struggling. Apparently I'm lagging behind in maths in particular. I'm well aware that I'm struggling, which is why I opted not to do extracurriculars, but to use my time to study so I could keep up with classes. That doesn't seem to be doing enough for me. Resulting in Sister Therese noticing and calling me here. I managed somehow. Have to. I arrived back at the classroom only to find that it's completely empty. A quick look at the clock tells me I was gone for over half an hour. It took longer than I expected it to. Well, guess I'll go home. Feels like it's been quite some time since I last walked home alone. Not gonna be alone. Alright. I think I'll go to the shopping district. Okay, apparently it is gonna be alone. Buy some stuff I need and better familiarize myself with Morneau in the process. Like May recommended to me, it might be a good idea to experience for myself how Morneau differs from other parts of Japan. Shopping district is bustling with people, just like I've come to expect. It's so packed you'd think it's a Saturday. Might be considered normal for residents of Morneau, but me, it sticks out. Might be due to Morneau's relatively high population density. The Japanese islands on a whole are rather sparsely populated, but Morneau is a big urban center, relatively small in area compared to other ones. Add on to that the extremely tight immigration and emigration control in the city, tightest across all of Japan, which only serves to further increase people's perception of the city being cramped. Morneau has many natural boundaries, the ocean for one, but also mountains and rivers. I wonder how locals here regard them. Of course, people in the UPJ and the Commonwealth who live in towns near the Morneau border are also pretty familiar with that. Only after muttering that to myself do I realize that I kind of lost myself in thought there for a moment. I'm gonna go to the supermarket and buy groceries. Oh. Look up and spot a familiar face right in front of me. Seems that she hasn't noticed me until she heard my voice.
Ah, Kaito da!
Hey, fancy seeing you here. Small world, huh?
本当に？まあよくあるけどね。ブラブラできる商店街なんてここしかないし。
I can see. My first impression of this place had already led me to assume the very thing she just said.
カイト、これから用事ある？あるの？ないと言って。
Huh? Not really, why's that?
ならついてきて。
She waves at me, so I follow after her. Walk for a few minutes, then arrive at our destination. Yes! For us, is a sweet shop with a somewhat antique feel to it. Where are we?
東村山家名店よ。
Indeed, nothing beats Higashimurayamake. Yes. I read the sign and see the name she just said. Well, I've got bad news for you. Don't really like sweets.
ほら、前にケーキが美味しい店って言ってたでしょ。
I think I do recall something like that.
お待たせ二人とも。本日のサプライズゲストの登場です。あ、カイトくん。
We find May Natsume waiting for us inside. He apparently arrived here before us.
どうしたんですか？スーちゃんが呼んだのですか？
ううん、来る時にたまたま会ったの。いい偶然でしょ？
You could say it is fate.
はい、
Stay night.
素
Wait,
晴
what?
らしい偶然です。
Huh?
まあまあ、入った入った。
Suguri shoves my back, and in front of me is Natsume, meaning that I end up shoving Natsume's back too.
待った。
Natsume at the lead, our party enters the shop. After taking a look around all the furniture, I realized the mismatch between the interior and exterior. Seats are filled mainly with girls, which I assume to be because it's a sweets shop. It's a cake lover's paradise. There are cakes everywhere, on the showcases at the counter, and on all the tables sitting in front of the customers. Can't see any Japanese sweets whatsoever. The interior design is undeniably Japanese, but the tables and chairs and whatnot seem a tad different. Is this really a Japanese sweets shop?
東村山家です。
In response, I nod twice. Immediately following that, I look over to Suguri.
ケーキ屋さんよ。
Ah, okay.
ケーキ洋菓子か。
If the store used to be a Japanese sweets shop, that would make sense. Exterior was left as is, while the interior got a renovation, giving it its current look. A waiter comes over and shows us to a table. I don't think I've ever been to a place like this before, to be honest.
雰囲気あっていいでしょう。お気に入りなんだ。ね、メイ。
はい、スーちゃんと一緒に見つけました。確か美味しい紅茶を出す店を探し歩いている時に見つけたんですよね。
そうそう。メイが紅茶にハマったって言ってた時だったよ。
そうでした。そしたらここのケーキが美味しくて。
話には聞いてたんだ。東村山家はいいって。
雑誌にも載ったことがあるって聞きました。
だから私も知ってたの。
おじさまも知ってたと言ってました。初代の店長もご存知とかで。
老舗みたいね。ケーキを始めたのは2代目からだって。
Ah, that's pretty interesting. Seems like they're going to keep talking about this for a while, so I nod along as I glance over the menu. I take notice of one thing in particular very quickly.
本当に洋菓子屋なんだな。和菓子が一つもない。
Natsume, having looked over the menu before me, says the very thing I was thinking.
なっちゃんは和菓子が好きなのですか？
大福が好きだ。こしあんもつぶあんもどっちもいける。
Hey, I found something Japanese on here, look.
オクラあんとホイップの和風ロールケーキ。ケーキって書いてあるぞ。和菓子なのかな？
和菓子じゃなくてケーキです。美味しいですよ。
モグラーンとホイップの組み合わせは絶妙よ。特にここのは美味しいんだ。
美味しいと。
She stares at the photo on the menu in silence. Her behavior tells me everything. I can hear her inner mind saying, "It looks so good. Do I choose it?"
私はいちごのショートケーキにします。
ケーキの定番ね。
ですね。
私はフルーツタルト。
スーちゃんの定番ですね。
そうね。
Oh, you two come here a whole lot.
カイトはどうするの？
Considering how big the cakes are, I'm not sure I'll finish one on my own, so I probably don't want what you two got.
クラシックショコラ。おじさまのおすすめですよ。甘さ控えめだそうです。
She says it isn't sweet, but I know it has to be to a certain extent.
今日のおすすめケーキバナナのオムレットだって美味しそう
I'll go with that.
芋あんとホイップの和風ロールケーキはどうだろう。芋あんだぞ。
Oh, that does sound good. I'll have that instead then. I don't really care what I order, but I can't possibly say no to that expression of pure joy in Natsume's face. I guess even she can get excited like a small child. We called for a waiter, but the man I'm assuming is the store manager comes out from the back instead. He takes our order. After telling him our cakes, we also order drinks so we can get the meal option.
私は紅茶をお願いします。
私はアイスレモンティー
I'll just take the house coffee with ice, please.
緑茶はないのかな。
お客様、緑茶をお出しできますよ。
緑茶お出しします。温かいお茶でよろしいですか。何今そう言ったの。はい。それじゃあお願いします。
わかりました。お待ちください。
Man looks her in the eyes for a brief moment before bowing and walking off with paced, mannerly steps. He has the sort of refined swagger to him. Can very obviously tell he's the head honcho of this establishment. Guess that's what a person with charisma looks like. Did I miss where it said they carry green tea on the menu?
なかった。
So he's making it specially for you. It's nice of him.
わがままを言ったみたいで悪いな。
Well, he just wants to please you, being the owner and all. Just to be sure to thank him later.
なるほど。そう言うとしよう。
二人とも盛り上がっているところ悪いんだけど聞いて驚け
The kind of thing Iwashimizu would say. What you planning?
何がだ。
あの人店長じゃないのよただのアルバイト
Say what?
東村山家の2代目がバイトで店に出てるだけなの
なるほど。店長さんみたいなので皆さんからマスターと呼ばれています。
I understand why. The dude's so cool!
しかもあの人低手道学院じゃないけど私たちと同い年よ
He has that much of a commanding presence and he's our age?
ここのケーキの半分はマスターの作品と聞いてます。
有名ホテルのパティシエも裸足で逃げ出すケーキ職人にしてあのきめ細かな客への気配り
Well, damn. It's hardly a wonder that I mistook this man for the store manager. I understand how he came to earn such an amazing nickname as Grandmaster H.
近々東村山家の名声は森の特別区を超えて日本全国区になるとおじさまが言ってました。
Is this uncle guy a cake connoisseur or something? We chat on, having a merry time and idling our time away. Soon enough, our food arrives.
こちらをどうぞ。まかないですのでお気になさらず。
Grandmaster H wordlessly places something in front of Natsume.
サービスです。まかないなのでお気になさらず。これは
Top fanciful dish placed in front of her are daifuku. I've decided. I'm going to call this man Grandmaster H too.
いい人だ。なんていい人だ。
Natsume's face lights up in pure delight as she scrumptiously eats the daifuku given to her.
ここに来る人はみんなマスターのファンなのよ
Heck, I'm finding myself a little enamored. This household famous in Japan isn't enough. This man deserves to be known around the world.
ケーキも美味しいんですよ。
She's right. The cakes have been laid before us. They look absolutely beautiful. Not sure if it's just Grandmaster H's charisma doing it, or if the cakes really are that well crafted. It's hard to tell. Imagine it's a little bit of both.
早速食べましょういただきます
いただきます。
Natsume takes a break from the daifuku and samples her cake. Silence befalls the table for the moment the silence befalls the table the moment we each plop a bite of cake into our mouths. But it doesn't last long.
ショートケーキ、美味しいです。
Not in response to their sincere impressions. Even I, someone who normally doesn't like sweet things, have to admit that this cake is fantastic.
フルーツの酸味を含んだ甘みと濃厚なカスタードクリームのハーモニーが最高ね。
Everyone's a fucking food critic all of a sudden.
いちごのショートケーキは元祖東村山家です。
He's just like it tastes like the first bite. I've tasted a piece of heaven. It was amazing.
私のあげるからそっちもちょっとちょうだい。
はい、どうぞ。
ありがとう。メインも取ってって。
True besties are so enchanted by the deliciousness of the cakes that they're in their own little world. Their faces are of pure ecstasy. I learned today that sweets are truly a force to be reckoned with. I know what you guys are. Huh? Natsume? Everything okay? He's frozen. Open mouth, she sits there. Not a single muscle in her body moves. Are you okay? She pulls the fork from her mouth and sighs blissfully. Hmm?
カイト、ケーキは食べたか？
Yeah, it's delicious. She stares at me intently. This isn't the glare that she gave me on the first day of school. Her expression is more perplexed, I'd say.
そうか。美味しいというのか、これは。
Yours wasn't?
美味しい。美味しい。何かが違う。もぐもぐ。
Muttering that, she starts eating her cake. Very, very focused on her plate. She cuts the cake deliciously into miniature pieces before leading them into her mouth with a fork. Almost feels like she wants to keep eating it forever. Hmm?
カイト。
What is it?
うまいと言っていいのか？これは。うまいという言葉では表現しきれないと思うんだ。
Okay?
美味しい。美味。美しさよりももっと違う何かだ。これは美学などでは語れない何かがある。
What? Can't keep up with the insane places her thoughts are going. I shrug it off and continue eating my cake. Japanese roll cake with sweet bean paste and whipped cream. Really like it. Goes well with my coffee. You know what? I think I'm gonna be able to finish all of mine. She looks at me with sadness in her eyes. Actually, I lied, don't worry.
嘘。人を不幸せにする嘘をつく。人を幸せにする気配りができるマスターとは大違いだ。
What? Man, I must repent and change my ways. I slide my plate in front of Natsume.
いいのか？
Absolutely. That's not a lie, by the way.
ありがとう。お前はいいやつだ。
Just like that, I've earned her praise. It's a lot more simple-minded than I thought, to be quite honest.
あ、夏ね。私にもそのロールケーキ一口ちょうだい。もちろんだ。
It's my cake, you ought to ask me. After finishing our cakes, we stay and chat for a while. Before we know it, it's evening.
満足満足。
Suguri comes to the door the Suguri comes to the door, but Mei and Natsume are still inside doing something. What are they doing?
持ち帰りのケーキ選んでる。
They still have room in their stomachs for more?
夏目はそうなんじゃないかな。メイはお土産だよ。
Right, it's probably for that uncle person. I've inferred that he's a big fan of this place himself. After visiting, I truly understand why people love this place so much. Don't blame Mei and Suguri for being regulars. Thank you for today, Suguri. I mean it.
何を改まって。この店のこと？
Well, also that.
それなら私の方こそ。芋あんのも美味しかったよ。
I want to thank you for the thing with Natsume.
夏目？
How I told her to be your friends. I really am glad I introduced you two to her. seemed pretty nervous at first, but after today, I'm confident she'll be fine. So I think you and May deserve a big thank you from me.
相打ちは卑怯だぞ。
What do you mean?
ありがとうとか言うなってこと。
Oh, too bad.
納得してないってかね。いい？友達なんだから、そんなことでいちいちありがとうとか言わなくていいの。
I still don't understand. We're friends, so of course I'll thank you. I want you to know how appreciative I am.
まあ、そっか。
So just honestly accept my thank you.
そこまで言うな、照れくさい。
Just say you're welcome.
さてははめたな。
All worth it to see you blush.
こんな
She chases after me as I run. We mess around like that for a while until May and Natsumi finally leave the cafe. Huh? 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 Are the lines lagging again? Let me just save just to be safe. Oh, it actually does say Suguri-Route. Nice. Apparently it didn't lag. It's still not fixed. It's still not fixed. Yes. I did, and I've read all through them. I was thinking there might be more that I don't know. No, I just want to be prepared for the unexpected. Well, still. She immediately hangs up. I wouldn't exactly call it an obstacle, but still, I feel somewhat fearful of explicitly mentioning the situation with Suguri to them. The boy, Tobakaito, that she supposedly knows, the documents given to me by the brass contained his history and family structure, among other things. Basically, the kind of information I would need for this mission. I guess prior acquaintances and friends would be too much to ask for. Tobakaito was born in the capital of the Commonwealth. He was forced to frequently change schools in his childhood due to his father's job. It was so much, in fact, that most he ever lived in one location was for 2 years. His time in the UPJ amounted to 1 year. He developed the outstanding social skills he holds today during his stay there, is what it says. They were a family of 3. His mother, father, and Kaito, the son. Tobutaro, his father, is a physician. He garnered experience at multiple hospitals before eventually taking his skills overseas. Tobuyoko, his mother, went there along with him. The fact that Tobutaro had to switch workplaces so often stems from his unraveled skill at his profession. His parents also have real-world counterparts, just like Tobukaito. I wonder. Our counterpart caused Suguri to weep at the mere mention of Tobukaito. There's no doubt in my mind that he is someone irreplaceable to her. I have to ask myself, is the information I'm after truly essential to my mission? What kind of person is the Tobukaito that Suguri knows? I should be able to carry out my mission without knowing that. Tell it to myself as I put away the documents pertaining to Tobukaito.
困ったことに、人は父だけで生きられるものではない。
What the hell are you talking about?
ほう、これで動じないとは、俺の真意を汲んでくれたということだな。
Nah, I just thought it sounded kinda convincing the way you phrased it.
カイト、お昼にしよう。
つまり、そういうことだ。
Then you could have just said so.
牛乳、美味しいですよ。
いや、そういうことじゃないんだ。
なっちゃんも ご一緒にどうでしょう。
あ、私は。いいじゃん、いいじゃん。ほら、早く行かないと席も取れなくなっちゃうんだから。どうよ、すごいもんでしょう。
Suguri puffs her chest out as she presents the cafeteria to Natsume.
人が多いな。そうだよ。だから早くしなきゃって言ったのさ。
Man, we're gonna have trouble finding free seats. And we need 5 of them too.
それなら俺は難所である陣地の確保を最優先とする。
Ah. Battle for seats, eh?
ねえはいつも通りお弁当だよね。私たちの分もお願いできるかな。
はい、わかりました。
カイト、これは軍資金だ。あとはわかるな。
Want meal B, right?
さすがアミーゴ。一心伝心とはまさにこのことだ。
Don't say stuff like that, I'm afraid for my safety, man.
俺は男に興味なんてないぞ。
You make no sense.
行くよカイト。グズグズしてたら売り切れちゃう。
Okay, coming.
メイ、あとは任せた。
任されました。
行こう夏目。わかった。
Suguri pulls Natsume along, full of glee.
おばちゃんごめんね。転入生もう一丁追加で。
Immediately she slops some fried tofu on top of Natsume's tray, similarly to what happened to me.
すまない。オンに切る。いいっていいって。
The smile makes me believe she truly enjoys taking care of her friends. Only then do I realize the peculiarity of her standing here with us. Oh, didn't you bring your lunch today?
ちょっと朝ドタバタしちゃってさ。
Do you always make it yourself?
そうだよ。
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
全然すごくないって。ほんと地味。メイのお弁当に比べたら月とすっぽんだし。
That's not really a fair comparison, though, is it? May's butler, the man she calls uncle, prepares her lunch for her. From what I hear.
男の手料理だよ。甘美でいながらとてもワイルドな。夏目はどう思う？どうと言われても。どんな味がするのかな。
It probably depends on how good a cookie is.
分かってないな。男の料理には燃えたぎる情熱が込められているのだよ。
I don't feel those flames in my cooking.
そうなのか？
Except if it's chili. That I feel the flames, if you know what I'm saying. The only thing that makes me feel the flames more is fucking Chipotle. Don't ask me.
そうだ。カイトに作ってもらえばいいじゃん。
That's a very bad idea.
なんでよ。まさか毒でも盛るつもりか。
Why the hell would I do that? But really, you should be able to guess why.
そういえばカイトって器用だったよね。砂場であんなの作ってて、本当はうまいんじゃないの？
Wait, I'm supposed to be dexterous? I think I'm pretty average.
ごめん、つい。
Apparently wasn't talking about me, but the guy from her past. She stares at the ground, seemingly ashamed. Don't worry about it. You didn't do anything wrong.
ありがとう。けど、それじゃ私の気が済まない。ここはお詫びの印に。
Pudding?
当たり。
I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but I should accept.
二人とも、お待たせ。
いえいえ、スーちゃんの帰りを待ちわびるのもまた楽しいひとときでした。
The fuck's my mouse? There's my mouse.
メイ、愛してる。
ほれ、転入生2人の席もしっかり入手しておいたぜ。
ありがとう。
Thank him and prepares to sit down, but Iwashimizu screams out after looking at my tray.
おい、プリンがないぞ。
Oh, I thought you wanted meal B.
両方という選択肢はないのか。
Money from your war funds didn't cover that. Sorry, pal.
それなら仕方ない。ありがとう。
カイトくん、プリン好きになったのでしょうか？
これは私が押し付けちゃっただけ。
Don't say that. I actually like the pudding here. It's just the right amount of sweetness.
そう？それならよかった。
Look at that blush! It's fucking adorable!
スーちゃん、気前がいいです。
頭部に弱みでも握られてるんじゃないのか？
え？なんだと？違うよバカ、そんなんじゃないって。
じゃあ、どんなんですか？
They with innocent curiosity and Natsume with skepticism. Together they corner Suguri with their gazes.
それは、その、
The panic Suguri looks to me. As long as she herself is fine with it, I wouldn't mind telling them. I hardly doubt it would affect my mission in any way. Rather, I feel like it might give me trouble later if I don't go ahead and clarify things here. You don't really need to keep it secret, do you?
そっか、そうだよね。
It's ultimately up to you. Mary already knows, doesn't she?
私が？
そういやそうだった。
俺は知らないぞ。
I'll give you a chicken cutlet, so be quiet and stay quiet.
わーいってお前ラーメンじゃねえかよ。
聞かない方がいいなら席を外すぞ。
平気平気、私のちょっとした勘違い話だし。
あ、もしかして、カイトくん間違いのことですか？
今日もまたやっちゃってさ。
スーちゃんは気にしすぎです。カイトくんはそれくらいのことで怒ったりしませんよ。
Thanks, that's what I was trying to tell her.
ほら、カイトくんは優しいんです。
なんとなくなんだけどさ、勘違いなのに似てるっていうか、なんというか。
Let's just eat for now, okay?
ラーメン伸びちまうぞ。
そうだね。
We'll fold our hands to remembering our pre-meal etiquette.
いただきます。
Bon appetit! All done!
なんだそれは連邦式の挨拶か？
合衆国では聞いたことありませんね。なっちゃんはどうですか？
いや、だからその呼び名は。
ちょっとカイト、嘘、もう
What's wrong? Oh, this pudding was good, by the way. You should have a spoonful.
いや、それだと関節じゃなくて、もう食べたの？
It's just a noodle dish.
そういう問題じゃないでしょ。
ご丁寧にスープまで飲み干して。
よく噛んで食べないと大きくなれませんよ。
Fair point. It was a habit of mine I developed during basic training. Frankly, I understand why they're so shocked. Still, I can't believe how careless I was to let them see that. It was like, mentally I had already assumed they knew about my eating habits. I'll eat the pudding slowly and savor it now.
スーちゃんの気持ちがたっぷり込められていますからね。
That's gonna embarrass her.
そんなんじゃないってば。
Wanna try some, May?
いいんですか？
ずるい。メイが食べるなら私ももらう。
それならなっちゃんも一緒じゃないといけませんね。
もう諦めるか。
でチキンカツはいつもらえるんだ？
We bicker and chat away until eventually everyone is done eating.
ごちそうさまでした。
ごちそうさまでした。
Probably gonna stop soon. Not because it's getting too long. I could probably go for another hour or so, but well, I couldn't because I can feel it coming. I am gonna have to go to the toilet soon.
ごちそうさまでした。
Okay. It's still okay, but the moment the dick starts hurting, that's when I go.
よーし後片付けは俺に任せろ。
Probably wants to do that since we got his food for him. Thanks, man.
じゃあ他のもんをついでに。
いいよそんな。
自分のことくらい自分でできる。
いいから任せとけって。
His generosity always surfaces at the strangest of times. Well, I did cave in and give him some of my pudding. It's probably what spurred this act of kindness. Oh no, actually didn't get to eat much of that pudding myself.
それで、スーちゃん。
なに改まっちゃって。
さっきの話。もう一人のカイトくん。
ああ、そのこと。
いくら名前が同じだからって、そうそう間違えるとは思えないんです。
まあ、そうね。
名前以外にも、実は共通点があったりするんじゃないですか?
The question hits the nail right on the head. Suguri is visibly agitated. Her expression tells me that she isn't upset that May asked the question. I imagine that's because May is her best friend. Doesn't seem to be a case of her not wanting to discuss the subject, but rather she doesn't want to make me feel uncomfortable. Really, I'm kind of curious. What kind of guy was the Kacho you knew? I actually wanted to ask her that, and this provides the perfect opportunity. And since I'm the one asking, she won't need to worry about me feeling uncomfortable.
いや、そんな、いきなり聞かれても。
あ、もしかして。
Her mouth opens wide. She must have realized something.
違う、そんなんじゃないから。
まだ何も言ってません。
Face burns bright red. I imagine this means that there's some bittersweet emotions involved with this guy. Still a bit embarrassed, she starts answering my question.
初めて会ったのは、確か、家の近くにある公園だったかな。
Oh, look at that. It's fucking adorable.
カイトが砂場で遊んでるのを見かけてね、声をかけたんだ。
カイトくんはお一人だったんですか？
うん。森野に引っ越してきたばかりで、遊ぶ子も全然いなかったみたい。一緒に来たお父さんも忙しいから、さっぱり構ってもらえなかったみたいで。
So that's why I went to the park to play alone.
でもすごいの。立派な砂のお城を一人で完成させちゃっててさ、それに感動して思わず声をかけたんだよ。
There we go, kids. If you want the girls to come after you, just build the best fucking sandcastles of the school. You're gonna get all the pussy.
それでスーちゃんとお友達になったんですね。
そう。すっかり意気投合しちゃって、あっという間に仲良くなったんだ。それからよく一緒になって遊んでたんだけど。ハイトってば、私が来るまでいっつも泣きべそかいててさ。泣いてるのって聞いたら、これは泣いてるんじゃなくて、目に砂が入っちゃっただけだって。
寂しがり屋さんだったんですね、カイトくん。
男のくせに貧弱な。
Wait, don't say that! Okay, maybe he was a little softy on the inside, but we should at least appreciate him for trying to act tough, right? That's what real men do.
寂しがってるのはバレバレだったけどね。けど、しばらく経ったらそれもなくなったよ。
スーちゃんという素敵なお友達ができたおかげで、寂しくなくなったというわけですね。
まあ、私も子供だったし、そういうつもりじゃなくて、勝手に楽しんでただけなんだけど。よ
かったですね、カイトくん。
シュグリに感謝すべきだな。
Huh? Why do I have to thank her? I know she's not talking about me, but I still feel oddly like they are, which is causing me to feel slightly embarrassed.
だから何度も言うけどカイトのことじゃないからね。
If you got out of your way to deny it like that, you're only gonna make me feel like you are.
カイトはカイト、そこは自分に自信を持たなくちゃ。
何せ早食いのプロですからね。
Glad to know that I have no other defining traits.
他にあるなら聞いてみたいものだな。
Hey, but why does it feel like you're trying to dig this information out of me?
任務だからな。
Classic Natsume. Imagine my mouth is as wide as hers right now. Natsume can be similar to Yoshimitsu in the sense that it's hard to get a read for what's on her mind at times. The one thing I know about her is the fact that she's the same as me, a member of the military. To avoid acknowledging it, pressing her for more details. After all, I have my own mission to focus on. As fellow Commonwealthers, right?
なるほど。同じところからやってきた転入生としての責務というわけです。
そうだ。
Thankful for May's trusting nature at times like this.
こっちも連邦出身だもんね。そっか。
Y'all fucking stupid. Suguri nods with crossed arms, obviously imagining something.
だったら友好をさらに深めるためにも放課後にさ、みんなでまたあそこ行こうよ。
それは明暗です。
Higashimurayamake?
ピンポーン。行く。一発返事だ。
そこまでカイトくんのことが知りたいんですね。
もはやそっちはどうでもいい。
Hey, don't be a party pooper. We're trying to bond here.
大丈夫だって。私がしっかり盛り上げてみせるから。
スーちゃんにお任せです。
Don't lie. You just want to go to the Higashimurayamake.
バレたか。
She playfully sticks out her tongue and smiles. And let's go ahead and save here. Because I'm gonna go ahead and end this part here before I fucking blow up. Bye bye. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See ya.